obviously, first things first, super appreciate you coming on today. Amazing to have you on with us. You know, it's definitely something I'm really interested in, motivational speaking. And my first question to you off the bat is, have you heard of Tony Robbins?
Yes.
Do you like Tony Robbins?
Now, that wouldn't be very amazed to me. Let me explain. It's a bit like a superpower. I think. Okay, so the political answer is, I think he's a very powerful speaker, very persuasive. I also think that that if you really wanted to make a positive difference, why would we be charging people tens of thousands of pounds? That's what the bit that I don't get, because actually there comes a point when you've got, you know, from a financial perspective, I've got everything that I want. There comes a point when actually, you know, you've got everything you want. So in answer to that question, I think he's a very persuasive and a powerful speaker. Do I like his business practices? No. Have I been approached by that organisation to speak on stage? Yes. Did I turn them down? Yes.
Wow. Yeah, it's big. It's interesting, isn't it? Because like, I obviously haven't seen things from the inside in terms of the motivational speaking realm. And if I was to think of a motivational speaker off the top of my head, I would probably think of Tony Robbins.
Right. Yeah, he'd be the first one.
Is that same as you? Maybe Jim Rohn as well?
I'd go Tony Robbins.
Yeah, Tony Robbins. But you don't think about like the ethical practices of the business model itself?
Yeah, I mean, listen, you know, let me explain something. What goes on in this world is that people go along to these events, and because it's so expensive, they believe it must work. You can imagine you two as pals, you know, you're in a bad place and you go, oh yeah, I've heard about this place. You can go for £10,000, you can go and get a ticket and you know, it must work. Why would they charge £10,000? And you can see how you can convince yourself that it would work. And then, you know, there'll always be a success story. You go and get 100 people that run a race. Somebody will come first, somebody will come last. There'll only be one person that comes first. There'll be 99 people that don't come first. And yet what ends up happening is you hold up the person who came first as an example of how powerful this thing is. And I change lives on a daily basis. I literally got one yesterday, which was a letter, which blew my socks off. Like, truly, you know, I am... sorry, I've got my palm running there. That was a joke. You can edit that one out. You know, there's no way in this world you're going to edit that one out, is there? No, exactly. I'm on to you, lad. So listen, I got this here. I got a letter to the Burtons. Have a blessed Christmas. The family name. I'm eternally grateful for having met you, as you've been instrumental in building the life we have today. Thank you. You can see that. That's a card that came through. That's not, you know, we've not prompted this before. And I change lives. And, you know, I'm not wiping my ass with £50 notes. I'm not doing donuts in a Lamborghini, because fundamentally, I think there comes a point when you've got to ask this question, how much is enough? And that's something that I've asked myself, how much is enough? I've written a book on Now What, which is on the wall. You know, and I reached a point in my life where I've changed my life 100%. And now my kind of focus is to help change other people's lives. So going back to the original question, absolute powerful speaker. No question, if he'd run a race, he'd be the one who came number one on a motivational speaker. Are the practices stuck in the 90s? Quite possibly.
For sure. No, that makes sense.
Do you think he's had an effect on how you do your motivational talks?
I've never been to one of his events. I think the only thing that I would say, and this is absolutely true, is I saw a photograph of him with a T-shirt on many, many years ago. And that was one of the reasons that I wore T-shirts. So that's an exclusive field. So that was, I saw it, I thought, yeah, okay. But so, you know, it gives you kind of permission to do it your way. So I'm going back, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, but I started wearing T-shirts as a motivational speaker based on that. So in some respects, it had a positive impact on me.
Oh, what, like rather than a suit?
I didn't wear a suit, I wore a shirt. But yeah, it gave me the permission really to go, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
It is, yeah.
How do you actually, and this is such a broad question, I already know it, but how do you actually get motivated?
Yeah.
And I know that people probably ask you that.
No. Okay, let me ask you this. Money's not a big enough motivator. Okay? And I'll give you the reason why. So if I said to you now, Jack, I'm going to go and punch you in the face and I'll give you £1,000, how many punches do you reckon you'd take before you say I don't want it?
I'm a bit skinny at the moment, so a fair few.
Yeah, no. You would. It's the best idea ever until it starts hurting. Yeah. All right? If I said to you, I'm going to keep punching you in the face or your family die, all day long.
Yeah,
right?
kill me.
Right. So somewhere along the way, what I've just done there is proven a point that actually money's not a big enough motivator. But what happens to individuals is we end up, it's money, and you look at social media, it's money, Instagram, money. It's not a big enough motivator. I'm showing you tattoos right now of my children. When the shit pops off for me, and it has popped off, is I look towards them for strength. So how do you motivate yourself? If I said to you, what are your goals, what would you say?
So do we need the yearly, the 3 yearly, or the 5 yearly?
Give me all of them quickly in a sentence. Hey, listen, you asked the question.
Yeah.
That's it. It's not so fucking funny when it's on the other side, is it?
No, yeah.
Okay, come in here, being all cocksure with me, you're asking me tricky questions from the outset, and he gets one fucking back, don't like it. Go on. Yeah, fucking there you go in the hot seat. Fuck you. Anyway, listen. The point is this. Is that, we have these medium and long-term plans, but what you've got to do is you've got to get yourself in the short-term decision making. See, people think it's one big play that changes your life. It's not. It's thousands of decisions. Every single day we make thousands of decisions. How many of them are you actually conscious of? So when it comes to motivation, what I do is I have a short-term, medium and long-term plan. And actually it's a bit like the 2-penny arcade machines, and it pushes the 2 pence. And when the short-term one goes, it's replaced with a medium-term one. But I get to the nub of what really fires people up. People will say money's my motivator generally, and want to, buy this and this. And I actually prove the point. And what we do is we break it down into bite-sized chunks. So if I said to you, how do you eat a pizza? You'd say
slice by slice.
Right. And is there a way to eat it without cutting it up?
Yeah.
Go straight in for it.
Exactly. But you'd make a fucking mess of yourself. So what we do is we get down to bite-sized chunks. So I say to you, right, motivation, what do you want? You want to, go on holiday here? Okay. So put like a slice. This is what I do. I call it a pizza fucking problem. So we get a pizza and we do fucking 6 slices, and then we write, holiday here, home here. And then what we do, we get a slice and then we break it down and say, right, in order for me to get my holiday in Thailand, what do I need to do? Earn more money. In order to earn more money, what have I got to do? Sell more stuff. In order to sell more stuff, I've got to do what? Pick up the phone. In order to pick... Boom, 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 boom. And that's how I get it. So we break down every fucking thing that you need to do as individual steps, and actually work out what specific fucking steps you've got to do in order to fucking fire yourself up in order to reach your goals. So it's so simple. So listen, there's no pseudo science behind this shit. This is the thing. I could wrap this up in a nice little fucking logo and stuff, and I've got stuff upstairs I could show you, and you go, oh fuck me, and I could sell it for 10 grand and front it off as such. It's a fucking wheeze. It's a fucking wheeze. Listen, I'm just a working class lad from Salford, fucking no qualifications, yet somewhere along the way I have changed my life. The steps that I've used to change my life is what the steps I teach for others to change their fucking life as well.
Yeah, that's unreal. What do you think of that, Cal?
That's a very, very interesting concept. The pizza is so simple,
fucking
but I imagine it works so well.
Oh, listen. So simple, so powerful. That's what I major myself on. The amount of people that I've worked on weight loss, right, in the last fucking 3 months from memory. And I've got people that have lost 3 stone, 4 stone. I've got no fucking macros. I'm not measuring no fucking tuna. Right? What I'm telling people is, here's what I want you to do. Eat what the fuck you want. Right? So I go to someone who's overweight. Eat what the fuck you want. Like, because what ends up happening is we end up having to think about what we write. So I'm going to have fucking 10 grams of fucking this, 10 grams, fucking garbage. So what I say to people, this is how I've helped people lose weight. Okay? And you said, what's your motivation? So I'd say to people, I know you've got children.
No. I haven't, no.
Okay, good. Fucking keep it that way. Take it from me, right? Fucking seriously. Let me tell you, your girlfriend, she wants babies, you want sex, right? And disparity, you're both on different fucking paths, right? And there Callum laughing there on the quiet, right? So you never saw him there. So he's trying to laugh. He's putting Jack under the fucking bus and Callum's sniggering like, fuck it. Anyway, so the point is this. I say to people who have got kids, I said, you do, give them that metaphor about fucking punch them, and they go, oh yeah. I said, if I put a gun to your fucking head now and I've got 1 bullet and either you or your kid's dying, who's dying? And they say me. Say Manchester motivation, and a bit fucking strong. But the point is this, is that actually, so you die for your children. I'd absolutely die for your children. I don't want you to fucking die for your children, you fat fucker. I want you to live for your children. So you'll die for your fucking kids. You'll do anything for your kids, but you won't lose fucking weight. Really? Is that what? So you'll do anything, but you won't lose. You prefer hamburgers than your children. Because here's the fucking thing. I'm 49 now, and I look younger. Thank you. But 49 now. Fucking 49.
That's class to be fair.
Fucking 49 now. I'm 49, and I tell you, you look back, and I can show you some fucking pictures. I'll do it for a fucking lols now whilst I'm talking. This is me on BBC working lunch, 3.5 stone heavier. Okay, and this is me live. You will not recognise me. And anyway, the bottom line is, as I was going back 10, 12 years ago, 3 stone heavier. And I've had to lose that weight myself because here's the thing. When I was skint and I was on benefits, and I've done 4 years on benefits, I remember getting paid and then, 3 days, you live like a king on benefits king, right? So, takeaways or fucking whatever. And then 3 days in, skint. And now you've got the next 10 days of no fucking money again. Then you get your gyro come back round. So I know what it's like to be fucking skint. I know what it's like to not have food to eat or to eat really shit food. So when I started my business off, my business networking organisation, I ended up being able to eat full English breakfast and get paid for it. So I was in my mindset that I was still skint and might not get any food tomorrow. And yet that wasn't the case. So I was, look at this.
That ain't you.
That's me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Seriously?
Yeah.
Like, seriously, what the fuck?
Mate, you look like a completely different person.
I look like a fat zombie. Right? Hey, you see you're laughing at me now. Look at these two here. I'm going to get you cancelled, you fuckers. Right? Seriously, I had a fucking problem with bacon retention. Right? And this is the thing. Nobody likes being fucking fat. Everyone loves cakes.
Yeah.
And this is about the fucking thing. Oh, well, it's my thyroid. No, it's fucking not. You love cakes. So why can't people just be fucking honest? So anyway, the point is, going back down to the people losing weight, I'm telling you, your audience, this will fucking change your life. If right now you're overweight, what I'm about to share with you will change your fucking life. And actually, stop getting pressures about ain't prickly because, I like my curves. No, you don't. You like your cakes. Right? And this is, and take it from me, somebody who likes his fucking cakes. All right, curries. I love curries, by the way. I fucking still to this day, I love curries. Anyway, bottom line is this, is that I said, that, go back to these, the person that said, you'd do anything for your children. Absolutely. What about not eating fucking Jaffa cakes? And yeah, but I've always ate Jaffa cakes. It's not a problem. I always ate Jaffa cakes. And the doctor going back at that time said to me, oh, you're borderline type 2 diabetic. When it happens to fat people, you are fat, Mr. Burton. And then 6 months later, guess what? Fucking surprise, surprise, I've got type 2 diabetes. So,
how common is it that you get overweight people come to you looking for motivation?
Yeah, but they don't come to me. They don't come to me about weight. People come to me about whatever stuff's going on in life, and it's all connected. Take it from me, right? The way that you look and the way that you think is all connected. Right, you guys turned up today and I thought, here we go, we've got fucking Muscle Beach turned up, right? Gold's Gym, right, with the fucking legs on, here we go, right? What you squatting at the moment? Yeah, 210, fuck off. Right, but listen, but you look after yourselves and it fucking shows. Whereas actually, you could have guys at your age, 27, that are not looking after themselves, that are fucking putting pints away week in, week fucking out, not measuring the fucking tuna like you two obviously fucking are, right?
This guy.
Creatine boy, right? I'm on to you, right? And, fucking whey muscle powder, there you go.
Oh, I saw your bulk powders in there.
No, don't fucking start pointing the finger at me. That's my wife who's a fucking vegan. Go and have a look at that. She's vegan fucking powder because actually they don't eat anything fucking sensible. The point I'm making anyway is people come to me, rarely did they come to me about weight. They come to me about the issues and I say to them, okay, I've got a magic button, okay? In fact, not a magic button. What it is a genie in a lamp. I've rubbed the lamp and you've got 3 wishes. I want you to think right now, right, Callum and Jack, I want you to think about 3 wishes. I've rubbed my magic lamp, fucking Disney genies come out, you've got 3 fucking wishes. What would those wishes be? Just have a think about it. You've thought about it? 3 magic wishes.
I've had to think about it.
Yeah, you know what your 3 wishes are if you had a magic fucking lamp, yeah? I'm not going to ask you for them, but you just fucking say yes. It's on fucking. Yeah. There's no video, Callum. Fuck me. Honestly,
I was actually thinking.
I'm being hilarious.
You got me deep in thought.
Exactly. You know what? There's no fucking magic lamp. You pair of twats, right? So here's the fucking
thing. That's bang on, mate.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you have people going, oh yeah, what I'd do is I'd lose 3 stone, and what I'd do is fucking. There's no magic lamp, you fuckers. But what I want you to think about right now, Callum, Jack, is 3 changes that you can make today that will make those wishes a reality. And once you fucking crack that, boom, everything fucking changes. So people come to me and I say, right, if I had a magic button and I say it on purpose, so press a magic button and you could lose a stone. How many times would you press it? 3 stones, 5 times, 3 times, 5 times. There's no magic fucking button. But you just told me that you want to lose 3 stone, and somewhere along the way, you can't find a way through. So here's what I do. This is the methodology. So, no 10 grand course that I'm going to fucking sell as pseudoscience for fucking 3 days, right? There's not. I'm giving you the fucking secrets right now. So what I'm what I'm sharing with you right now is what I could package up and sell. I could get people who were overweight and pictures of them before and after, and I could fucking get people falling over themselves to give me money for what I'm about to share with you in the next fucking 60 seconds. Okay? It is. So I say to people, boom, you die for your kids, and yeah, I don't want you to live. Okay. Magic button, you can't fucking magic button. So you've said to me 3 stone. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to eat what the fuck you want from 11 till 5. And when you wake up in the morning, and I want you to fucking do a litre or 2 of water. Right? Fucking not in one, but throughout the morning, a litre or 2 of water in the morning. What's your favourite album? They tell me my favourite album. What's the runtime? 56 minutes. I want you every single day to listen to your fucking album while walking. Listen to an album, 2 fucking litre of water, eat between 11 till 5. Oh, what do we eat? Yeah, what I need you to do is you need to... green is fucking good. Red's a sin. Shut the fuck up. Eat what you want. Eat what the fuck you want. And at fucking 10 to 5, if you want to go and put 2 grab bags away of fucking Walkers... before the fucking 5 o'clock comes, do so. This is how I fucking lost weight. So I didn't have this restriction. I could eat what the fuck I want. If I were to go and have a fucking, 4 poppadoms, 2 fucking sides, and a fucking main, and fucking peel of rice, and a fucking peshwari naan, right, and 2 onion fucking bhajis, and a fucking dessert at fucking 4:30, I would do. Because I say to people, I say, what happens, right, if you don't eat when you wake up and you don't have the breakfast is of kings. No, it's of fat fuckers, right? So you go and have your breakfast in the morning. If you don't have your breakfast, what will happen? Will you die? No. We'll have a little bit of discomfort, right? Right. So one of the things that changed for me when I changed my entire life is I moved myself out of the short term into the medium and long term. So when I'm delivering pizzas at fucking whatever it was, fucking 31, 32, delivering pizzas and my mates are out, I'm delivering fucking pizza on a Saturday night for fucking £5.90. Fucking cash in hand, sorry, all taxes were paid. You can edit that. And but you see, and so somewhere along the fucking way, by just doing that, that's how people have lost fucking weight. And then once you get to your weight and it's controllable, and you're at your 3 stone lighter, eat what the fuck you want. Start moving your hours, and then so weekend tomorrow I'll fucking hit it food wise, properly, like to go and fucking do my bollocks in, or Saturday. But the old Brad, because I was mindset was I'm skint, I'm on benefits I couldn't afford to eat. Then I started eating with my business network organisation we might get on to. Then I would be out fucking entertaining clients at lunchtime. Then I'd be out on the fucking piss and going on a fucking big Uber expense paid fucking evening. So you end up in this whole fucking eating as part of your identity. And that's why I ended up, as I've just shown, 3.5 stone heavier and with type 2 diabetes. And it's all fucking fun and games, Jaffa cakes, until, of course, my average age of life has been lopped off by 10 fucking years, which doesn't make any fucking difference right now at 49. But when my kids are fucking, my daughter wants to get married and I'm fucking having my leg chopped off because of fucking Jaffa cakes that I ate fucking 30 years ago. And this is what people don't understand. Oh, it's fucking fatism, it's fucking, it's this and shut the fuck up. People are trying to help you, right? Do you think I give a fuck what you look like? I'm not asked. And you might not be asked now, but in 30 fucking years, yeah, that's when it becomes a fucking problem. And this is the thing. So I've genuinely, what I've just shared with you is how people have lost immense weight. And I can literally ring up fucking loads of people right now, if you want to do it on speakerphone, and say, hi, Steve, how much weight have you lost? Hi, Jane, right now. And that's the thing. So the motivational speaking industry packages that up into a fucking weight loss power weight loss program. There you go.
Overcomplicated, didn't they?
Right. Fucking and it's almost like the fucking the board game Mousetrap. You've got this fucking pipe system and pulley system and fucking net and a bowling ball and a fucking seesaw and a fucking... When actually all you need to do is have a fucking trap with a piece of cheese on it. And it's this overcomplicated bullshit that I just sold as pseudoscience. So I've just shared with you right now. And I could get pictures and I could have them on my website of people that were fucking 25 stone that are now fucking 15 stone. I could do that. And I could sell it as a power fucking dinger. Or I could share it for free. Who's the fucking daft one? No, because this is the thing. I could feather my nest beautifully by doing that. But actually, I've got everything that I want. My whole motivation is to make a positive fucking difference. I turned my life around. I changed my life. And I help, don't get me wrong, fucking hell, I ain't doing it for a fucking charity. Because actually, last time I checked, mortgages need to be fucking paid. You know what I mean? And those I hate ain't going to fuel themselves. All right. But you see, somewhere along the fucking way, I'm hardly going around like fucking Jesus, fucking flowing robes, but I do what I can to help fucking people. And I'll always fight for the underdog. But the underdog's got to want to fight for themselves.
Yeah, mate, I rate that. Yeah, 100%. And also that long-term vision just is so much more beneficial than the short-term vision.
We're addicted to comfort.
Yeah, you're bang on, we are.
We're addicted to fucking comfort. And I'll tell you something, is that we have this situation where people believe, I was brought up in the 70s, so if you think about the 70s, first digital generation of digital stuff, digital toys, fucking the plastics and this, that and the other, microwave meals, fucking pot noodles, fucking fast food, convenience stores. There was none of this as I started growing up, and as I become a child, this was so this expectation right now. You've got fucking people on social media with a fucking Louis Vuitton bag at 1,200 fucking quid or whatever fucking garbage, and you're like, what the fuck's going on here? And then there's a fucking cost of fuel crisis right now. There's an expectation. Well, it's like me. Well, I've always ate Jaffa cakes. So why, doctor, are you telling me I can't eat Jaffa cakes? You're right. You might well have always ate Jaffa cakes, and that's why we've got a fucking problem now. You're right. You might well have always had fucking, Louis Vuitton handbags. That's why you've got a problem right now, because somewhere along the way, your ego, I hate that fucking word, but your fucking persona identity has been wrapped up in being able to eat cakes. You're being able to fucking, buy Louis Vuitton bags and be able to go out, years ago, and I'm going to break it to you now you're 27, you guys. This will blow your fucking minds. Back in my day, when I was 27, you could go in a nightclub and sit down and wouldn't get charged 600 quid for a fucking booth. Oh, yeah, fucking low. I know. And you used to get bottles without fucking sparklers in, so everybody couldn't see you. Fucking dope. So obviously, it's fucking crackers.
No, I hear you. Obviously, on that, you mentioned, you sort of where you grew up and whatnot. What was it like when you were growing up, sort of back in, did you say the 70s?
No, well, I was born 1973, so yeah, fucking late 70s. People expect me to have this fucking story about my fucking terrible, fucking upbringing. It wasn't. It was the greatest fucking upbringing known to fucking man. It was like fucking the film Stand By Me, but in Salford.
I've never seen that.
Well, imagine it's fucking all the teens going around sniffing gas. Now you're thinking, what's gas? You're thinking whippies, aren't you? See, listen, no. Back in the old days, you guys don't even realise you're fucking born. We used to have to fucking sniff lighter fuel. Fucking not. Fuck's sake, you can edit that out as well.
No, I'll probably keep that.
Yeah. No, but listen, life was good. My dad left when I was 6 months old, and
so did you grow up with just your mum then?
Yeah. And fucking, I've got a brother and a sister, but they live with my dad. They're like 10 years older, and my dad, he's gone now. He was 53. He died fucking fighting, fucking lunatic. Anyway, but no, mum brought me up. It's fucking great. It was great. It really was. And we had my stepdad, who I called Dad, still to this day. They divorced when he was like 7 or 8, and when I was 7 or 8, and that was quite difficult. But fucking, on the scale of 1 to 10, 10 being fucking bombs going off in your school, it was like fucking 1.5. So let's not pretend that get the fucking violins out as if it. And I tell you, that's the other thing about fucking motivational speakers. Fucking hellfire. How they over fucking egg puddings? It's like, fucking, yeah, all right. Like I say, you think it was like Boys in the fucking Hood. If I fucking, it just wasn't. It was a fucking good life, man. And actually, my life changed when I left school at 16, got a job in the Arndale as a fucking shop boy.
Just to pull back, obviously, when you were at school, what were you like?
Class clown.
Fucking
ace.
I did read that on your LinkedIn, to be fair.
Yeah. I read that on your LinkedIn. How fucking daft am I to put that on my LinkedIn?
We read your bio before we came, and we were we rate it. We were like, that's actually decent.
But once again,
it's just authentic. Authenticity always wins.
I hate that word.
Okay.
No, but listen, I get it. It sums it up.
Just being truthful.
No, exactly. I never use that word. People, Brad, you're so authentic. I've never used that word other than to say I never use that fucking word. True story. So no, and I got lucky. I ended up with some girl that was with her. She ended up moving. Funny enough, she got a job. Like when you're a kid and you don't know how to separate, split up with someone, and you go, "Oh, I've got cancer." You know what I mean? Just make stuff up.
Is that what you said?
No. But I thought about it. You know what I mean? You're 16, trying to process how the fuck. It's not you, it's me.
You don't want to deal with the shit, do you?
Right.
Big play that.
Fucking totally. No, but 16-year-old logic. You're trying to fucking find a way. You don't even know what fucking cancer is, but fuck it, sounds right? So what do you call it? She got a job over in Butlins when I was 17 or whatever. So I ended up taking her down here to fucking wave her off, and ended up getting a fucking job in Butlins.
What, that day?
Yeah,
So you come down here with her, and then you
wave it off,
yeah,
and to stay overnight or whatever, and then fucking I end up getting a fucking job in Butlins.
doing what?
Cleaning team, fucking cleaning up tables and stuff.
Oh,
Mate, so you fucking go to fuck off from your girlfriend, you then end up staying down in fucking Butlins, getting a fucking job, and now then she ends up fucking off with someone else, and you end up fighting on the beach with someone. That's a completely different story. You can edit that fucking out. But, you know, I know for a fact that nothing's getting fucking edited. Nothing's getting edited.
We've got to be authentic, mate.
Yeah, don't use that fucking word. But listen, yeah. So you know, things are good, man. And where I got lucky, remember the computer game shop that I got a job in? I met some guys. They came in there when I was 16, 17. And these guys came in and they wanted a refund on the game. Now, you know, retail wasn't as advanced as it fucking is now. You had a Fisher Price fucking till and a receipt.
So is this after Butlins?
No, before
Butlins,
and this is why it's important. So so these guys came in and they wanted a refund on fucking some Commodore game or whatever, and you know, $9.99. And I thought, this is a fucking wheezes. But anyway, yeah, no problem. My mum bought me 2 copies. Here's at fucking $9.99. Next day, he turns up with another fucking copy. I went, listen, you cunt. I says, I'm going to be fucking honest with you. And that just shows you how canny I was as a fucking street smarts. And I said, I know this is a blag. I'm going to do it this once, and we're not going to do it again. Fuck off. They become friends of mine. My best friend. As a result of that, and he got a job. He was a games tester, and that's where he was coming from for a company called Ocean. He was a games tester, and he was nicking the fucking games from there and bringing them in for refunds, and otherwise known as a fucking pension scheme for a 17-year-old. and then we ended up becoming friends. He got a job as a writer on a computer games magazine. I went to Butlins for a season, then came back to Salford, then went back to Butlins for another season, and he scooped me out, said, listen, I've been promoted as assistant editor of a magazine. Do you want a job as a computer games writer? Got a job as a computer games writer, and I was on Games Master and stuff, on 20-odd TV shows or whatever back in the 90s.
So you're actually on the TV show?
Yeah, I'll show you me and PJ and Duncan now. It's fucking mad. This is me at Brad Burton, Games Master. Just go and Google it. Yeah, me and fucking PJ and Duncan. It's fucking, honestly, it just shows you how weird life is. So I ended up obviously charismatic back in the day, and I actually screen tested for a presenter's job on Sky One as on a computer game show called Games World, and I got from the 16 down to the top 3. Never had any experience, but I was a little bit too young, arcade proper. And there you go. So there's a picture of me and Dominic Diamond on. Remember? Have you ever seen it? You ever seen Games Master?
I've never seen it.
Right,
No.
all right. Let me show you a video anyway. Then just keep talking. I'll find you the video.
That's such a vast difference going from Butlins all the way to working
to getting shot at.
Oh,
how did that come about?
Fucking hell, that's not a good story. I mean, listen, what I'm going to say here is I can share it. It's a dark story. It's not a fucking nice, pleasant one in any way or fucking form, and actually one that I don't think you'd want me to fucking share. But if you want me to, I absolutely will. But I'm telling you, it'll fucking take the fucking tone down completely of this fucking conversation.
Talk us through it, mate.
Okay. My niece got molested by a fucking family friend, and I...
was this when you were sort of working in the games?
When I was 21.
Right.
Yeah, and this was a family friend who was like 20 years older than me, and he was like a fucking fatherly figure, blah, blah, blah. And I went up against him. And these are the kind of people that, you know, when you live in Salford, Manchester, these are the kind of people that you kind of needed to know, because if any problems popped off, you would go and see these people, which is great, until, of course, something terrible like that happens. And my niece told me, she was 7 at the time, she came to me and she shared the story. And
she was 7?
She's 7 to me. And she came to me, and I'm 21-year-old. And she said, can I tell you something, Uncle Brad? Because I always said to her, I said, if you couldn't tell your mum, you tell me, and I'll fix it, whatever it is.
What was your immediate thoughts when she told you that?
I had 3 options. 1, go after them, myself, and everything that entails. 2, say nothing, and we'll keep it a secret, because I knew how volatile this was. Or 3, go to the police. And actually I went to the police. And then, you know, that wasn't the kind of code of that you live in Salford. However, it was the right call. It was the right call. So yeah, went through that whole situation. That wasn't great, and it culminated in me getting bullets put through my window. 2 bullets shot through my window in my house.
What does that feel like?
Yeah, not good.
Because it's like, obviously the magnitude of that is like fucking enormous.
So if you imagine your life, Jack, right now,
yeah,
and then all of a sudden 2 bullets go through your house window, and you have to move right now, got to move away from him, best friends, or he's got to move with you, where would you go? Where nobody knows you?
Maybe abroad. Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Probably similar.
Right. But you now got hours to make that decision because you've got a contract on your head. Where are you going?
Spain.
Right. But you see, and that's what fucking happened. So yeah, so you know, prior to that shot, you're staying where you are.
What were you? So when you were 21 and all this was sort of going on, you know, you were going prior to that. You were going from Butlins to obviously
I was unemployed.
What were you? Okay, so you were just sort of like
bumming about.
Yeah,
you're going the rave scene.
Yeah, just having a party, basically.
Yeah, it's great fun.
Standard 21-year-old vibes.
Fucking great. And I wouldn't change a single fucking thing.
Yeah, look, we all love a party, right? And
hey,
you know, when you're 21 and that, you got to have it.
Oh, listen, fucking, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go out with you lads. I look like your fucking granddad. You know, calm the fuck down, granddad. Oi, get his checkbook out. Here's the old twat. He's daft enough to buy the drink. Go on, lads. You want no champagne with the sparklers? Don't worry. Yeah, go on. Yeah, fucking great, Brad. Not bad.
That's class. So obviously at 21, you have all of that, and it's a hell of a lot to be dealing with, right?
Yeah.
But where do you decide to go?
So I lived in. So I ended up moving to Somerset. And what's interesting about moving to Somerset is my mum had, because I've been down to Somerset years ago to fucking whatever it's called, but I got a pin out, closed my eyes, and went fuck off, and it ended up in Weston-super-Mare.
That's how you made your decision.
Wow.
Literally pin on a map, eyes closed.
Yep.
That's nuts, mate.
We're sat here now as a result of that. The worst day of my life became the fucking greatest thing that ever happened. And you talk about serendipity. How fucked up is that?
Mate, I literally love that phrase. Before today, I said to Cal, because I saw that on your LinkedIn, and I said to Callum, that's one of my favourite phrases, because I've said it to Callum beforehand as a decision in a penultimate moment in my life, which completely altered the direction of everything.
Totally.
And in that moment, it felt like the worst thing possible.
Absolutely.
But now I look at it in hindsight and I'm like, that's what made me who I am today.
Yeah, I get it. And I wouldn't change a single thing. So if you look at this now, my entire life fucking has been, you know, written 4 books, met my wife, did fucking crackers, all as a result of that terrible situation. Yeah, that's me and PJ Duncan. Yeah, let me just show you. So,
do you believe in destiny?
Oh, yeah, no fucking question. I mean, let me tell you, what you need to do, this is me fucking as 21-year-old on
He looks like he loves a party.
Yeah, you look like a raver, mate.
I did. I was into raving, drum and bass. That was my thing, drum and bass. So that's maybe PJ and Duncan.
Oh, that's class.
Amazing, isn't it? You know, and it just shows you the fact that the internet remains undefeated. So in answer to the question there, what was the question?
Do you believe in destiny?
Yes. Here's the thing. And I'll tell you something we can get into, which will blow your fucking head off. My life changed a year ago when I had a spiritual awakening. You go, oh, here we fucking go.
No, we're all for that, mate. Don't worry about that.
Trust me, we'll cover that off in a second or whenever we're ready. But do I believe in destiny? I think that actually every single day we walk past signposts, and every single day people walk past signposts that are saying, this is what you should be doing. Oh, not for me. You should be doing a podcast. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, we're never going to break it. Right, so I absolutely do believe in it, and I think that's what I do. Is I highlight the signs for people. I am a thick cunt from Salford, Manchester, no qualifications. Dad left when I was 6-month-old. Been addicted to drugs twice. I delivered pizza at fucking 31. I've been 4 years on benefits. So am I that guy, or am I Brad Burton, the UK's #1 motivational business speaker, the 4-time best-selling author, the founder of 4 Network, and the largest job? You know, which one am I? 2 sides of the fucking same coin. And it's like, which version of you do you want to be? Do you want to be the thick cunt from Manchester, or do you want to be this one? Because it's down to you. It's down to your choices. There is 2 versions of us, a good version and not so good version. And I believe now I've managed to switch onto that good version. It's almost like a fucking, I won't say metaverse, but it's almost like a switch. I fucking literally, I said before about the magic buttons. I said about the fucking 3 wishes. You have a switch. And I throw that switch for people so that they can be the best version of them.
Do you have internal conflict about bad Brad?
Not anymore.
No, you've managed to just completely eradicate it.
So if you think about it, most people end up with fucking 51%, 49%. It's like fucking human Brexit, where they're wrestling with themselves. I don't do that anymore. I would suggest that there's always that fucking element of me. I say bad Brad. It was always, if you've ever played Dungeons and Dragons, I'm sure I'm my fucking age now, 1983. But, you know, I would say I'm fucking chaotic good as a character class, right? I'm certainly no fucking angel. And what's lovely about that is that not being that guy has allowed me to make differences to people that would never normally be reached. I am not your archetypal motivational speaker who's been over Mount Kilimanjaro on a fucking pack-a-mack in a unicycle. Yeah, you know what I mean?
That is class.
Do you know what I mean? No?
I know exactly what you mean, mate. That fucking world is so much smoke and like it's just too much, mate. It's gas.
Oi, you know, I've been over the North Atlantic in a fucking 2x4 boat and a fucking fridge on the end of it. All right. You know, so
all right.
You know, how does that help me?
Mate, I know exactly what you mean, mate.
No, you're scratching your head there.
I've had that so many times, mate. I'm listening to it and I'm thinking, what the fuck? Like, how's that relevant? Like, where's that come into the picture?
You know, okay, so you got someone coming with a top out and a unicycle. Fucking penny farthing.
Trust me, mate, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So then I was on my BMX at 7, then I fell off and grazed my knee. What, you grazed your knee? Mum looked at me, she looked down, see that my knee was grazed, and she sobbed.
And at that moment, I changed my life.
And I tell you, you know the worst bit about it? The worst fucking bit about it is you see them, and every single fucking time they trot out the fucking same feigned fucking, you know, anguish. And it's like, fuck off. You know, in itself, that you talk about fucking unauthenticity, just fucking nonsense. You know, one of the things that I always fucking major on is the fact that we're all going to die. You, I, we, us, we're all going to fucking die. My house that I live in right now, one day isn't going to be my fucking house. One day, someone's going to come into my fucking office that we're in right now, and they're going to change the paintwork. It's not my fucking office. Everything is fucking borrowed. Every moment of your life is borrowed. Somebody that I fucking knew 2-3 weeks ago, no longer here, they died, right? And actually, I say to people, you know, if you had a clock on your fucking head now, showing you how much fucking time you had left on this fucking planet, do you reckon you'd be fucking about chasing invoices?
No. Callum's got one at the end of his bed.
Yeah, I've got like a life chart at the end of my bed, so I tick off a weekly. Mate, as soon as a week goes, tick it off. And
I've got some upstairs just like that. Yeah.
Do you know what? And the weirdest thing is if I don't do it for like a month and then I scratch off 4 or 5 weeks, it's like, wow, that's 5 weeks just gone.
I've got something that I think it would be worthwhile pausing right now while I go and grab something, and literally it'll be 1 minute and then we can pick this up.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. We'll keep rolling.
Yeah, we'll keep rolling with it.
Yeah, no dramas. What do you think about, obviously, the motivational world in terms of the motivational speakers and a lot of the gas that does go out there?
I think this has given me a little bit more of an insight into it, because I've always looked at it and thought, oh, that's achievable. You can do this, you can do that. Oh, look at him. And then Brad's just given us a real life version of what a normal motivational speaker is. Yeah,
mate, I'm not even joking. I don't know if it's a UK US thing, but like the US motivational speakers for me are more that way.
Yeah.
And like Brad's like the UK version. Like it's
fighting for the UK.
It's just real. Do you know what I mean?
The thing is as well is that it's exactly the same as podcasts, like US podcasts and UK podcasts.
Yeah.
They're like the difference resembles exactly the same with the motivational talking. I think his way of motivational talking, mate, I feel motivated sat here.
Yeah, I feel like I would 100% resonate more with that style of motivation than the smoke that we've been talking about. So
I've got something here. This is, you talk about fucking programs and systems and this, that, and the other. If you think about your brain being a hard drive, it is a hard drive. If you'd lived in Salford, Manchester, you've been brought up rather than fucking sleepy suburbs of wherever the fucking posh you two
Camford Heath, mate. Ain't that posh?
I have no idea. Is that a rude boy? Is it a Badman fucking area?
Well, you can't really get Badman in the south, can you? But it's all right.
Badman, you get me, bruv. So I realised something. I thought, right, is that your brain's like a hard drive, and what you see, what you hear, has kind of changed who you are. If you was brought up in my house, your life would have been completely different. What you do and so forth. I've kind of got this here, this life maker. This is my system of how I change my life. And I'll just let you lead through this. This is like my one-to-one program shit that I do. Goes back down to what you said.
First page, we've got the age, this is your life. Yep. And is it daily breakdown?
No, it's a fucking
weekly breakdown. Weekly breakdown. Then we've got motivation levels.
No, what this is that effectively is when people say, how do you motivate people? So when you get a car, you have an MOT, and you go and take it there for roadworthiness. So when you go to a fucking, they say, oh, your brakes, your fucking this, that, and the other. Because if you didn't take it to an MOT, it wouldn't be a problem at first. 2 years on without an MOT, all of a sudden your brakes are squeaking like fuck. You're now paranoid because the police will fucking clock you. And when was the last time you took yourself an MOT? We don't do it. So what I've done is I broke it down here. MOT, pass 50-50 or fail, family, health, relationships, fitness, business, finances, focus, courage, plan, clarity. I would love you guys to fucking do this right now.
Right now?
Yeah.
Right
Cool.
now.
Okay, it's big. Cal, do you want to... shall I go or do you want to go?
In fact, don't feel listening because this is what I'm doing. But if you just write it down now. So if I said to you, pass 50-50 fail, give you a piece of paper here. Right, there we go. So you got a pen that you stole around the back. so I'm going to ask you right now, and I want you to be dead fucking honest now, right?
Yeah, no dramas.
So you got fucking pass, 50-50 and fail. So family, and I just want you to put your own interpretation on it. So start at the top here so it's easier. So family, pass, 50-50 or fail, right? And we're not going to ask specific fucking thingies. We're not going to ask specific about them. I won't do that to you. Health, pass 50-50 or fail. Relationships, pass 50-50 or fail. Fitness and diet, pass 50-50 or fail. Business, pass 50-50 or fail. Finances, pass 50-50 or fail. Focus, pass 50-50 or fail. Courage, pass 50-50 or fail. Plan, pass 50-50 or fail. Clarity, pass 50-50 or fail. Now, if you was to break them down, now and just tot your numbers up, how many passes have you got? How many 50-50s have you got? How many fails have you got?
So I've got one pass.
All right, so write that. Right, so one pass, yeah.
Then I've got 6 50-50s.
Right.
And then following that, I've got 3 fails.
Okay. So this is really interesting. Where you at, Cal?
I've got 3 passes.
Yep.
I've got 4 50-50s.
Yep.
And I've got
we can do the math.
3 fails.
Yeah. Right. Look at that. Practice, lad, isn't it? Fucking hell. You're like the back end of the pack mime horse, isn't it? The cunt. Right. So listen. So listen. The good thing about this is, so prior to you coming through this fucking door, I said to you, if I said, I was like, yeah, things are good. What's things like, a bit shit at the moment? And actually, there's elements of your life that are not shit. So by doing this, by airlocking, if I said to you right now, specifically, which of these would you want to address right now of the fucking family? And I'll ask you this, just to answer this, I won't get into specifics. Family, health, relationships, fitness, business, finances, focus, courage, plan, or clarity, Jack?
I'm going to go finances, but it's tied to business as well.
Of course it is. And it's all connected. It's all connected. Cal?
I was going to go business.
Okay. So this is the thing. So once again, what specific action do you need to take that from either a fucking 50-50 to a pass or from a fail to a fucking 50-50? What specifically have you got to do?
I need to increase my income.
How?
There's a couple of different ways. I'm thinking about remote sales.
Why are you thinking about it and not doing it?
Because at the moment I'm working a job which is, like, honestly, and I'm not exaggerating, 12-hour days.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you believe in your business 100%?
The business that I'm working in,
your business, your own personal business.
It's kind of a bit of a crossroads I'm at the moment.
Right. Let me explain something. You can't go left and right at the same time. That's why you end up in a fucking Brexit, where all you end up doing is being stuck. You imagine it. You go left, you go right. You are stuck. That's your fucking problem. And I'm telling you something. That's where everyone goes fucking wrong. If I said to you, I'm going to put a gun to your fucking head right now and say, right, you can only go one way. You fucking stick with the business or go to a new one. You got 5 seconds. Make a decision.
New
5,
business.
4, 3. Right, you've just made your decision. What you've just done, gone through all your subconscious, and you've fucking evaluated everything fast. But what you're allowing yourself to do is, let me ask you this: if you go for your new business and it doesn't work, guess what? You can go back to a job, and which is exactly where you started. Or, and I'm telling you, by the way, just to be quite fucking clear, I know when I see people, I can read them like fucking books. Do your fucking business. Trust me. Trust me on this one. Trust me on this one. Do your fucking business, mate. I would bet my.
Mate, you're giving me fucking. Honestly, you're giving me goosebumps.
I would bet my fucking house
you
will succeed. I would bet if you said no, take it from me, because I've had people come to here and I end up crying because I tell them the truth. I am telling you right now. If you said to me, bet my fucking house one way or another, is this guy going to succeed or fail? I would bet the fucking house on it. Do it, right? And remember, every single decision that you've ever made in your entire life, and every single decision I've ever made in my entire life, has brought us here today. You said before, do I believe in destiny? Mate, fucking, you've come here today, fucking drove fucking 3 hours or whatever to get here, to be kicked up the fucking arse, get a free consultancy session, start your business off.
And a free coffee.
Hey, wrapping it up like a fucking podcast. You two shady cunts, right? I fucking come here to get fucking 3 hours of fucking running. Fuck me. Hey,
Smart
fucking,
move.
I'm the wrong fucking bloke. No wonder I'm that fucking stupid. No wonder I ain't got a fucking Lamborghini doing donuts any fucking. Fuck me. But listen, 100%, 100%. Going back to you. What would you move?
I was going to say that just doing something like this has already given me the tiniest bit of clarity. It's the most...
Let me tell you, mate, listen, people don't realise lifemaker.me, by the way, there's a sales pitch.
Get the plug in, mate, for sure.
No, seriously, lifemaker.me and go and have a look. So this doesn't end here. So I have taken myself, this is like a computer fucking game, right? I play computer games. So when a computer game, what's the difference? A level 1 wizard starts off 2 fucking magic missiles and can do fucking, he's got to sleep, have fucking mana and go to Bobby's fucking 24 hours later, he can do 2 magic missiles. Level 20 wizard, right? Fucking Igor the level 1 wizard, Igor the level 20. What's the fucking difference? Igor the level 20 can do fireballs, summon a fucking dragon, 10 fucking thingies. What's the difference? Experience. Experience is what fucking happens. So you play a computer game, you get experience. You have battles, you get experience, but most people are fucking stupid because they have the battles but don't pick up the treasure. They don't pick up the experience. They just do enough to get away from it. Right? And what I've done now is everything that comes my way, I look at everything that's happened in my life and I say, right, go back and get the experience. What you're seeing right now is Brad pseudo-science, right? And what I mean by that, this is the methodology that I've used to change my entire fucking life. I broke this down. I went, how did I change my life from this thick fucker from Salford? How have I done what I've done? And this is what I've come up with to enable me to do it. I'm going to give you another exercise, which I'll give you something for free for your content. This will blow your fucking head off. I swear, this will blow your fucking heads off. As your audience right now, once again, you're getting fucking free consultants there. That's the greatest fucking value ever.
Don't send us a bill after.
It's a true story. No, that's not my style.
Don't do the invoices,
Do
bro.
yourself a favour. Do yourself a favour. Right, here's what I want you to do. We're playing fucking tic-tac-toe. Oh, fucking noughts and crosses for people not fucking in the Atlantic. Right, so I want you to do a fucking, cross. So cross, there you go. So you've got 9 squares. Right, on the right-hand side of that paper, right now, I want you, for the next fucking 30 seconds, to write down words that if you best pals, if you used to go and give you, so for me, if I write words that would kind of sum up my life and who I am: dad, positive, gamer, gym goer, fucking husband, entrepreneur, speaker, fucking dog walker, gym goer, fucking whatever.
Yeah.
Just fucking words, smiley. Just write down as many words as you can right now that sum up you, that if you used to give them your pal, your best mate would be able to suss out. Have you got another pen that's not fucking, he's writing like fucking crayons here. Get him another one.
Chat me that one. Try that one.
Yeah, he's giving you the snide one that he fucking just banded off. He fucking give you the snide one, he got the rollerball. Fucking
I
zero
didn't
by
work,
five.
wait,
Fucking
Cal.
that's what friends here. Fucking
Cal, give us another pen,
mate, dirty fucker. Right, honestly.
I'm getting ahead of the game.
Seriously.
Give you the snide one.
You're going to get these snakes, mate. Judas over there.
Mate, it's
He's not-
a dog-eat-dog world out
I'm
here,
telling
mate.
you. Fucking I love that. Fucking rollerball he had. He fucking took that one and then fucking give you the snide one. So I just want you to fucking write down as many words that actually, if you give it your parents, they'd recognise it's you. Whereas if I give you my words, and I said, oh, that's you go, that's not fucking me. So, in my case, smiley, positive, speaker, trainer, fucking book writer, reader, computer game player, dog walker, gym goer, happy, smiley, positive, just fucking words. Get as many as you can. Author. We'll just do another 15 seconds. And I think, like I say, your audience who are tuned into this, do the same. It's so fucking powerful, this. So powerful. Okay. Another 10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it for me.
Fabulous. How many have you got?
I've got 10.
Okay. I need
Magic
you
number.
I need you to do more. I another
Oh.
5.
No worries.
Go on. Friend, fucking brother, fucking. Okay. I didn't, Cal. How many you got?
Oh, about 20.
Wonderful. Right, here's what I want you to do. Okay? Now what I want you to do is I want you to put one word in the centre, the one that is the most important. Fucking have all them, put a fucking that word in the middle and then put a line through it so you can still see it on the right, on your list.
Yep.
All right? Now what I want you to do is the cornerstones of you. Choose fucking 4.
Fucking hell, I came for a podcast, not a counselling session.
True story. Welcome to being what we call, there's a technical term called bradded. You're being bradded. and then you might want to just say for the audience what you're putting in there. Just so, otherwise, it's the fucking worst podcast ever. But listen, what I'm hardly fucking Joe Rogan, but I mean, fuck me.
We're getting there, mate.
I'm sure it'd be better on telly this. Fucking watching you fucking two, right? I'm watching Callum stay with your fucking pen. That would have been a fucking proper snake one, that. You know what I mean? Now, hey, we'd have been cancelled off that. Now, all the woke fuckers. Eh? All right. Now, what I want you to do, the winning line on the fruit machine, put the lines through here so you know which you put lines through of them so you can see.
Yep.
Right. Now, I want you the winning line like a fruit machine, the fucking these three. So choose.
Have you put podcasting down?
I put down work. Consider that.
Yeah, fucking this is work. Fuck me, I'm in the wrong game.
We literally said this on the way here. Yeah. I said to Callum, if you could get a 30 grand salary a year, enough to just cruise, would you do that and do podcasting full time? And both of us were like unanimous. Yes, 100%.
100%.
Lads, do podcasting full time. Trust me. Fucking trust me.
Are we doing the top lines as well? These ones here?
Fucking, I can't fuck down him. Run away,
he's keen.
Serious. Yeah, exactly. He wants to get.
Mate, this is a bit of me. This is. I'm not going to lie.
Good. Go. Choose. So here's the interesting fucking thing about this. I'm just going to go back and just share something from what we talked about what I call the character sheet. So when I do these past 50-50s and fails, if I would have done that 10 years ago, in 2012, which is my worst year, I would have had, I don't know, maybe fucking 8 fails. True. If I was to do that right now, I would have maybe 1 50-50 and the rest all passes. So what I've done is I've absolutely fucking categorically fucking dealt with things methodically. So now I've got my health sorted. Okay, the energy that I'm putting into it, I can now focus on this and this relationships. So once you start doing this, you start living your life differently. Lifemaker.me. When you've got this, when you've got this here, so you've got your list of 9. Why have you left all these things?
Just because they didn't fit in the squares.
Tell them.
Exactly the same.
So let me tell you,
they weren't as important as the ones I've put in.
And this is the thing. What we end up doing is this is your identity, you thought, and actually this is your core identity, right?
Interesting.
And that means that this stuff that you've left behind isn't as important as this. That doesn't mean it's fell out of your life. It just means it's not as important as this. Now, once you kind of suss this out, if I would have done this fucking 10 years ago, all right, let's go back 20 for the sake of the fucking tape. I'm a police officer. If I'd have gone back 20 years ago, I'd have been a fucking drug user. Yeah? So things change. And if you used to do this in 5 years' time, this will change. So once you recognise that things change and people change, life's okay. Now, I'm going to ask you a question.
Go on.
How can you be a better, whatever you've got in each of those squares, go. What's the first one?
So heart on sleeve.
How can you be better at having a heart on sleeve?
Maybe take into consideration other people's feelings slightly more.
Move on.
Respectful. I actually think I'm quite respectful.
So what's good here is you kind of lock that in with no arguments there. You have to have a think about that. This one, you're thinking, now I've got this fucking sauce. Next one.
Entrepreneur. I need a business, mate.
Okay. Next one.
Boxing.
You box?
Yeah. Nice. Boxing's going quite well at the moment, to be fair, but I do want to join a boxing club, so maybe get back into a boxing club.
Look, self-belief.
Do you know what?
Good to get some more fucking consultancy from Brad.
So I had self-belief down because at the moment I feel like I just to break my stuff down, even though the podcast's not about me, but in the last year I've had to join companies, whereas I previously worked for myself. When you work for a company, I believe that the limiting beliefs of that organisation get put onto you.
Great call.
So with that in mind, it's been quite a
transition.
It's been a bit of a pivot for me, and with that, I found that a lot of constraints, a lot of pressures in terms of the organisational route, and also their methodology in regards to the business get put onto you. And I think that sometimes I feel like my experience or how I would approach things is altered by the business. So for me, self-belief is really key because, I believe that I have the potential to build a really big business. But when I'm in these other companies, sometimes I forget it.
Why do you want to build a really big business? And let me say at 27, and I'd have said, because this isn't new. But let me ask you as a 49-year-old, why do you want to build a really big business?
So I've actually been into entrepreneurship since I was like really young. So for me, like the penultimate was always the £1 billion, right? The billion, not as in terms of owning £1 billion, but having a company at that, a unicorn status.
Why?
just because I believe it's achievable, right?
Why?
In my own self.
Know what I mean by that? I'm not dismissing that, but let me tell you something. What is it about $1 billion business that one at 999 million isn't achieving?
Honestly, mate, this is something that I've been trying to get my head around for the past couple of weeks, past couple of months, if not. It's just a tangible number, which is nice and round, and Yeah,
but all right. Let me share a story. I'm a motivational speaker. Right, this is what I fucking do. I'm having a fucking gaucho's fucking steak. Have you ever had a gaucho steak?
No.
Oh my god, fucking hell! Like the world's greatest. I don't eat meat anymore. How do you know, by the way, you've got a vegetarian on the fucking podcast? Don't worry, they'll tell you. But no, fucking hell, gaucho steak, mate. Fucking special gear. It's like a fucking lap dancing club for fucking meat. And fucking is. Fucking chips. I had to remortgage me fucking house for chips. Anyway, I went there with a mate of mine, Danny. And Danny had a £2 million business. Like me, fucking working class lad. Got a recruitment company, £2 million. I'm sat down with him and he said, I said, oh, well done, Danny. He said, yeah, I'm going for £10 million business. I went, really? He said, yeah, it's 10 million. Whoa. I said, drinking me fucking coffee. I said to him, what are you going for a £10 million one for? He said, well, so I can get the nice things for my family. All right. And what are those nice things, And he sat there, fucking head's cogs going. I said, how old's your boy? He said 7. I said, and how long is it going to take you to get this £10 million business? Cool. I would just suggest to you, as someone who is 49 years old and is old enough to be a fucking dad, that's the reality, just make certain that the dream you're chasing doesn't become a fucking nightmare, because there is fuck all that $1 billion business gives you that a fucking £5 million one doesn't. When you reach that, and I've got friends of mine who are hyper wealthy, you get nothing but trouble. I am mentoring someone right now who's a crypto heavyweight, who I was with an international security team the other day, working out how we avoid him getting kidnapped and how we avoid his family getting fucking lifted and a gun to his head and saying, give us your crypto keys. And that's someone who's not $1 billion, that's someone who's 40 million. So your life changes completely. And I would just suggest to you, you talked before of how you would do this for £30,000. Maybe, just maybe, you want to just bring down your fucking levels and actually be really fucking honest with yourself. $1 billion business gives you fucking headaches. You don't need that. What is it about $1 billion? Who the fuck are you trying to prove that you can do it to? Because $1 billion business that you've just plucked out of the air, bear in mind, that's the biggest fucking number anyone's ever given me, I've ever sat in front of, 49 years of this planet. Yeah,
and you say plucked out of thin air. Like, I have thought about it a hell of a lot, and I have tried to build a business model around achieving that goal. So it's not like I've just sat here and just thrown a number. Like, there has been a lot of thought process behind it. I've seen it achieved by people that are within my network as well. Mm-hmm. So like that was sort of the logic behind it, if that makes sense.
Listen, your dream. All I'll say to you is make sure that your fucking dream doesn't become a nightmare, because the problem is you put yourself an identity around having a business. Let me be quite clear. My business at its height was £2.3 million. I have everything that I want. £2.3 million. That was it. Right? So a fucking 0.2 of a fucking percent or whatever of your goal. And I've got everything I want. Just make certain that you don't waste your fucking life. That clock's turning down. That clock's going down.
Mate, I hear you. And it is something that I've been having conversations with friends as of recently as well, because, there was just, whenever I've, not to get deep, but whenever I try and do something.
Don't fucking start saying not to get deep. You've had me fucking talking, so go on.
I always want to get to the top, mate.
Yeah, but
it's
why? Let me share something now. Let me fucking share something right fucking now. You can't get to the top because there's always fucking £1. Somebody else is £1 away from fucking pushing you. What you need to do is stop comparing your fucking self to other fucking people. Here's what I do. Racehorses, the reason they wear blinkers, they don't give a toss about the competition. Take it from me. You don't want a £1 billion business. I will tell you that fucking now. I said before, I'd bet my life or my house that you will make a success of it. I would also bet my house equally that you don't really want $1 billion business. I would suggest that somewhere along the way, someone locked you in a coal shed when you were 7, and somewhere along the way, and we could get to it, and I've got something in my life maker, I'm going to show you something. So this isn't me just fucking made it up. I've got something that could prove that we can do it, and you can call me fucking bluff. I can tell you right now, something happened in your childhood. That will fucking mean significant emotional events, or maybe an insignificant emotional event that has got your billion fucking thing. I'm telling you right now, I would bet my fucking life on it, because that fucking figure, remember what I said, we are what we see, we are what we hear, wherever. That figure, you're trying to prove something to someone, and you don't need to prove. I'm telling you, as a 49-year-old, 27, I'd have been exactly the same. I'm telling you, having run a business that was at its max £2.3 million, and I've got everything that I could sensibly want. I had an office, 15 fucking staff. Pandemic came along, gone overnight. So if my identity was that, and my identity was fucking, was based on having an office and staff and this, that, and the other, I would now be like this. And that's the problem. That's what's happened, is so many fucking people have got their identities about how it used to be or what they think the world should be. And actually, when you start fucking moulding your life and actually find internal fucking happiness, I talked about spirituality before, but when you start finding that internal fucking happiness, the $1 billion fucking is bollocks. Go back down to my mate, Danny. He wanted a £10 billion business. I said, would a 9,999,000 be okay? Yeah. What about 998? 97, 96. Where is the line? And this is what I'm trying to say, that I wrote a book in 2016. We talk about serendipity. I've got the sun coming in at me now, right now. Like literally at this fucking point. Now, I don't know, but you look there, where the corner of that fucking house is, of all the places it could fucking be, for it to be there, who knows? But the point I'm making is this. There comes a line where I wrote a book, Now What, in 2016. Because I'd reached every single goal in my life. And I got there and it was fucking empty. It was empty. Empty. I'd achieved I made a national network. I was speaking at the highest level. And it was empty.
Why do you think it was empty?
Because we sold a fucking pup. We sold what success is. I thought of it, 2 fucking birds in a fucking hot tub, like Jay-Z with a fucking chinchilla fucking dinghies on a fucking Bugatti outside.
Preach.
Right? Yeah, I love that. Boom. Fucking throw your diamonds in the air. But listen, I'm telling you right fucking now, it is you sold a pup, because I've got fucking people that I look after right now that have got everything and they've got nothing. Hey, I'm telling you right now, you talk about this being a turning point for you. You will achieve whatever the fuck you want. But I suggest this, that when you're looking at your balance sheet with your $1 billion fucking dollars, if, however, your happiness internally is a 1 out of fucking 10, you've failed. And what I suggest that you fucking do, and this is where it gets interesting, is that you're trying to chase a fucking carrot that you can never fucking think, because it's never enough. It's never enough. I see people chasing, you go and get a fucking supercar and you want one, you go and get it upgraded so it's got another 30 brake horsepower or 21-inch wheels, you now want 22. It never fucking ends. And it's like the tower, the ivory tower, they get big, and it all falls a fucking part. I'm telling you right now, as someone who would be advising you, as my son, the advice I'm giving you right now, based on the experience of being a fucking thinger, you do not want a $1 billion business. I'll tell you that fucking now. And you can, by all means, say to me, fuck you, Brad, it's my dream. And I will say to you, it'll become your fucking nightmare.
Hey, I'm hearing you. And, you say like, oh...
You'd make it happen.
This moment here is
pivotal.
Like, yeah, and you say about the sun on your face. I can see that as well. Like, it is weird.
Mate.
I know that sounds stupid. To the audience, you probably don't understand. It's weird.
It's fucking weird. Listen.
That is weird.
That is weird, isn't it?
Oi. Fucking don't listen.
I know.
Guys, this is the fucking thing, my spiritual awakening, and I'll talk to you about it in a minute, because I think we move on to this shit.
Can I just ask you a quick question?
Please.
You mentioned internal happiness there. What is 3 actionable steps that people can work towards to achieve it?
Wake up and work out what the fuck you actually want. Right? Every single fucking day. Say, have I got a face like a slapped ass, or am I fucking happy today? If the answer is I'm fucking unhappy today, why? What is it that you're unhappy about?
Cool. Yeah, that's heavy.
Right? Because here's the fucking thing. We end up in a situation where some days you wake up and you're full of enthusiasm. Some days you wake up and you're not full of enthusiasm. what is going on there. Establish what the fuck is going on there. And in terms of fucking happiness, look at what you have got, because you've got something that one of the richest men in the world doesn't have, Steve Jobs. $200 billion of fucking Apple reserves. How much do you reckon he'd give you for one day of your life to come back to this fucking planet?
Probably 200 billion.
Do you reckon he'd be negotiating if the clock was ticking? No, would he fuck? He'd go, there's your 200 mil, and he'd come back. What does that say? It says that today is as important and as valuable as the last day of your life. Steve Jobs spent his entire fucking life building up an organisation, $1 billion business, and yet he'd give it all up for one fucking day. And do you reckon he'd be turning around and going, iOS 17, what are we going to do with that? Would he fuck? He'd be spending his time with his fucking family, walking, looking at the fucking birds. So why the fuck are we spending our time fucking about on shit that doesn't matter, ultimately? And this is the fucking world that we live in. We spent too much time. I'll take your third point in a second. We spent too much time. If you think about our lives, when I was born, 73, there was no digital world. Didn't exist. Fucking screen time's 13 hours a fucking day now. What the fuck? That's 13 hours that I should be spending fucking with my family and doing stuff that really fucking matters. But somewhere along the way, I've been sucked into this fucking world. The other bit about a tip. Look at what you can do today with what you've already got. Not when I get some investment, when we get a seed fund, it fucking shuts up. What can you do today with what you've already fucking got? Right? And actually, you'll see that the options. And if you are feeling down, great little fucking question for you. What does this make possible? So you get fired. Your missus splits up with you. What does it make possible? It makes it possible. Oh, I'm really sad. Shut the fuck up. We can go out and go and get fucked at weekend. Right? Without any fucking guilt. How cool is that? Yeah, so you can put a spin on everything. That's what you got to do. So I put a positive spin on everything. I'll shut the fuck up.
But how do you, so you mentioned there as well that like waking up and trying to be in the present moment and live.
Yeah,
it's not that it's living through life almost subconsciously. You're doing the same things every single day, so you can't actually be aware of that moment. But how have you become aware of the moment?
Off.
But how? Because that's really hard for people.
No, it's not. Because every day you wake up and what you do, you go to Costa and you go and have your fucking macchiato and fucking sit on there, and then you have your bacon butter, then you go to work, then you sit on fucking Sky Sports, then you pretend to work for an hour, then switch the fucking autopilot off. Go.
But how?
By switching it off.
How do people become conscious of them being on autopilot?
By recognising, listening to fucking these podcasts and recognising that you are on autopilot. And the problem is those minutes become hours, those hours become days, those days become weeks, those weeks become months, those months become years, those years become a life, you die. And this is why people end up in fucking bad places in their life, because they don't realise they're on fucking autopilot like Scale Electric's going around a fucking track, that they believe that it's fucking preordained. It's not. I changed my fucking life. There's two versions of me. Imagine me being a television. Right? What channel am I putting on? Miserable fucking drug-addled fucking snapper from Manchester, or the positive one? Which one is it? We are empty vessels. You can switch you at that fucking life that you want and that personality that you want. We are what we see. If I used to go around in Salford, Manchester, and I'd scowl at people, what are you looking at, you knobhead? What are you looking at, you knobhead?
The energy's reciprocated, right?
Fucking right. And that's fine, because I did it to protect me. Right? How the fuck did I protect me when 2 bullets went through my window? How the fuck? So what ended up happening when I moved down to Somerset, I'm walking around like this, and I was a badder man. All that protected me was from opportunities. And I was attracted to the wrong girls, because the girls who wanted a badder man.
They're trouble, weren't they?
Good fun.
Yeah, they are fun.
Right?
Bang on, bang on.
Listen, fucking great fun, until you didn't fucking A&E at 3 o'clock in the morning with a fucking glass ashtray in your fucking head and blood dripping out your fucking kite. So this is what I'm trying to say. As human fucking beings, if you are, if you're going on a plane and every time that you fly it's first class, it's no longer first class. It's now standard. If everyone's speedy boarding, no one's speedy boarding. So what you need to do is you need to lower your vibe, man. And lower your vibe. You need to raise your vibe. I'm saying you need to stop this expectation about more and more and more and more and more. Enough is enough. Realise those words, that enough is enough. Mate, I could go and get a fucking bigger house. I've got one room that I don't go in there. So if I fucking got my 10-bedroom mansion, I had an idea. I want a 10-bedroom fucking mansion with fucking staircases like fucking the Titanic. I'd come down there and my fucking wife in a Givenchy fucking dress, and me in a fucking Hugo Boss suit, and my fucking waiter or fucking butler would open the doors, and my guests would come wafting in, looking at the chandeliers. Oh, Brad, how wonderful what you've achieved. Shut the fuck up. I'm from Salford, Manchester. I lived above a masonette. I live in a 5-bedroom house. No one's getting shot in Somerset. right? Peasants are, not peasants, right? Although they should go as well, fucking middle class now, right? But the point I'm making, fucking peasants, right? Fucking pull the ladder up, pull the ladder up, fucking I'm all right, Jack. So, but listen, the point I'm making throughout all this is that, where people go wrong is look, I'm going to ask you a straight question. I want you to be really fucking honest. Is your life perfect?
No.
Is your business perfect?
Is your life perfect?
Hang on, let me answer you first. Is your business perfect?
No.
If you go on Instagram, all you'll see is perfect lives and perfect fucking businesses. Right? And that's where we fucking do. 13 hours, 6 minutes of screen time, looking at fucking girls in bikinis and looking at blokes with fucking abs that have got great lighting and fucking amazing personal fucking thingies. Go in my fucking house now, it needs fucking tidying up in the fucking kitchen. Fucking pots everywhere. Fucking Instagram wouldn't show that. Be all fucking perfect.
Do you think you can ever get the perfect life?
No.
Though?
Can you fuck? And it's the imperfection. This is what people need to understand. That's why people get fucked up, because they're all twisted on the fucking believing that what they see and what they fucking hear, chinchillas and fucking Jay-Z getting out of a Bugatti in Monaco, that's the fucking real world. That was my dream. The fucking show me what you've got Jay-Z video. Bugatti going around fucking Monaco with a fucking Zonda it was. Right? With fucking Dale Ricard, whatever, the fucking NASCAR drive. What the fuck's going on? This is fucked up, man. We've got ourselves twisted when you've got a Salford kid from there. Oh, but you've got self-limiting beliefs, Brad. Shut the fuck up, you knobhead. Right? That's someone on fucking social media saying you've got self-limiting beliefs. Anthony Robbins has got $300 million of fucking perfect, of net wealth. Fucking pauper. Elon Musk has got billions. Do you see? If you're going to go and compare your fucking life to someone else's, you're going to lose.
It's never ending.
Mate, compare you to you. And this is what I go. So I'll give you an example. Scale of 1 to 10. Fucking Elon Musk is a 10. Brad Burton, 1. Right? Oh, hello, Elon. Hello, Elon. Lord Sugar. I'll do anything to work. Shut the fuck up, you simp. Right? So you look at this fucking...
Simping ain't pimping, boy.
Serious. True story. Okay, touch me, bro. So the whole fucking thing here, when I say touch me, it wasn't like that, by the way. It wasn't inappropriate touching. Although Callum can't be trusted. So, because he can't, fucking the pen thief. But the point I'm making is this. You look at this whole fucking thing and you compare yourself to Richard Branson or whatever. Hello, Lord Sugar. And actually, if you do that, you're a 1 out of 10. If I compare me now to me 10 years ago, I'm a 10. So when I walk around in my mind's eye, I've got my shoulders fucking back and I'm fucking full of confidence, because in my mind's eye, my computer, my hard drive is saying you are the UK's number 1 motivational business speaker. And people say to me, Brad, how did you become the UK's number 1 motivational business speaker? I just made a fucking website and said the UK's number 1 motivational.
Plug it.
And listen. And the first person you got to convince of your brilliance is you. If you don't believe in yourself, fucking Muhammad Ali, who called him the greatest? He did. Right? So you reckon 40 years on, I'd say Muhammad Ali, even though he got beat 5 times, he was the greatest. What the fuck? So you've got to, and people say, well, do you have any qualifications or accreditation? Let me tell you something, knobhead. Anyone who's accredited has been accredited by someone who's made it fucking up. Who accredited them? They fucking did. So I'm accrediting myself. And if people don't like me for accrediting myself, that's okay. I'm doing great. I am doing fucking great. I get booked. I'm fucking internationally to speak around the fucking world. Me, Brad Burton, what the fuck? How did that happen? It happened because positive fucking mindset.
Do you think the trick is as well is to compare yourself with yourself? Do you think
100%?
So it almost sounds like that is the gold nugget that you've just given us.
Correct.
The thing is, we all know this. Do you know what I mean?
But you need
at the
to
same
remind
time,
yourself day in, day fucking out.
we fall into autopilot,
Correct.
right? And I'm competing with the top boy that I know. But in reality, I should just be looking at myself and thinking...
Mate, trust me. I was fucking 31 delivering pizzas. 30 fucking
So let's get to that point. So obviously at 23, you moved down to...
21, I think.
21,
22,
you moved down to Somerset.
Yeah.
After doing pin on the board, eyes closed, Western Supermare.
Well, Bristol, but I moved
Bristol,
to Western,
cool, yeah. What happens from there?
So I was on benefits. And I was on my own down here, and I remember walking down Western Supermare High Street, kicking a fucking can, and I remember this. I kicked a fucking can, and I had no one to kick that can back. And it's like a fucking Instagram reel for you crazy cool kids. I can see it now, fucking can. And there's these pivotal fucking moments. I talk about it in this book, Significant Emotional Events, Insignificant Emotional Events, these turning points. And I remember sitting on Western Supermare High Street, watching people. I would get weighed in on benefits, fucking whatever it was, £70 every 2 weeks. And I remember I'd get paid, say it's then Tuesday, I'd go and sign on. And it was lovely because I'd go to there's a fucking indoor market, and I'd go and get a big boy fucking breakfast, fucking 3 sausages, fucking 8,000 eggs, and for £4. And it was like, that was, and living the dream.
Were you scared, mate? Because you've moved down after being shot at, and you've just mentioned there that you're on your own.
No, I was angry. I wasn't fucking scared. I was a bad man, remember? Nobody fucked me. Right? So nobody thought I wasn't scared, but internally I was fucking shot to pieces. But I'm out there fronting.
What does that penultimate moment look like then? So you kick the can, and what's the thought process at that point?
The thought process, I sat on Western-super-Mare High Street. I had 2 pairs of fucking blue bolt jeans, like fucking canvas fucking jeans, And one was all washed out fucking grey because they'd been washed so many fucking times. And the other ones were all right, but they still look like a fucking paraffin lamp, right? So, tramp. So, Manchester old money there. And actually I remember being angry. And I look back at it, and I was going through the grieving process. And when you go through a grieving process, you have denial. And then, I'll go back, and sure, anger, then depression, then acceptance. Now,
how long was that process?
Fucking 5 years. Wow. Right. And this is a fucking thing. We've all got to get to acceptance. So, and this is a great thing. Great. You look at what happened with the fucking pandemic. I was cool as a cucumber. Everyone else is all fucking snarled up, angry. Come on, Rishi, come on, Boris, you need to fucking sort it out. And I was like, acceptance. So you go through that process, and if I was to go and put your hand out right now, I put a fucking red hot coal there, how long would you hold on to it for?
Not long.
Right. But we end up holding on to what happened to that girlfriend who cheated on you, or you fucking someone who turned you over, or fucking what she said, or what he said, or blah, 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 blah. And that shit burns. That shit causes us fucking pain. And this is why people get fucked up in life, because they're he fucking prick what he fucking did to me.
Why do you think they hold on to it though? Is it because
it
there's
keeps them connected?
Is it because there's no metric to almost compare it to? Like sometimes you don't know.
So if people are grieving, somebody's died. It's a good example of it. Holding on to grief because it keeps you connected to that individual. You don't want to let go of them, but at some point you got to let go of them. And I say this to people who are dealing with grief, and I help them. Right? I say, look, let me ask you one straight question, and all we've been is really honest. Would that person who you're hurting about, who you loved, would they want you to hold on to that red hot coal and hurt yourself anymore? Yes or no?
No.
Let go of it. If not now, when? And I'm going to share something with you right now, and this is something that when I present, it's beautiful. It's an absolute fucking mind blower. And imagine having 45 minutes of effectively a set from me, and then I hit you with this, okay? And when you're born, you end up with, you've got a rucksack. And over life, you've been putting fucking rocks. He said all the negative shit in a fucking rucksack. You said to me, why do people get the positive? Because of this. People are walking around with fucking rucksacks. I'm fat. I'm this, that, and the other. Piece of shit. I'll never amount to anything. Fucking rucksack's getting fucking heavier and heavier and heavier. And as you're getting older and older and older, you're getting weaker and weaker and weaker. So it's a perfect storm. And this is why you see some fucker, my age, fucking smoking fucking fags, racing fucking post and 2 pints outside at fucking, at fucking 9:30 at Waitrose. fucking, you can edit that one out. My mates from Salford find out me go to Waitrose. Fucking, honestly, fucking mozzarella fucking olives. Fuck me, it's all going wrong. But you see, and that's why people end up fucking in these environments. When you look at anyone, and I want you to start looking at people and start looking at them on what I'm about to share with you, judge what their life, how they've ended up there. What decisions have ended up there? I said before that it's not just one decision, it's micro decisions, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots that end up where people are. So I look at this whole fucking thing and I go back to the backpack and I say to people, I say, just as we're walking along and it's a beautiful summer's day, and all of a sudden on this wonderful Oxford fucking field, there's an oak tree, 200-300-year oak tree. And actually there's a nice shade there. So you go and sit under the oak tree and you take your backpack off, go have yourself a little drink, and that feels all right, actually. The backpack's gone. Now what I want you to do is I want you to just to walk away, just 100 foot. And I want you to look back at that big red backpack. And I want you to make a decision. A decision right now. In the next 5 seconds, to go back and pick up that rucksack and carry it for the remainder of your fucking life. Or recognise that you don't need to carry it anymore and it's done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you find that people let go of that backpack there and then because they realise that actually it's not been serving them, but they felt it was part of them and it never was. And yet we allow that to our identity. I'm a Salford street kid, And actually what I've done is I've used all the negative shit, I've transmuted it, I've put it through, I've changed the polarity of all my negative shit and switched it into a fucking, instead of it being snarled up, I made it something. I made a career out of everything that was negative in my world. That's what you can do. So it's a mindset thing.
Yeah, but to get to that point is a journey. So like me looking at that now, and obviously I'm taking in everything what you're saying. Yeah. I think, you know, even though we said you didn't like the word, I have an ego, a really big ego, and that actually limits me with certain things because I probably try and aim for things that are at a higher level, right? Than what I should be doing in order to get to that higher level.
All right, let me tell you. You can't skip the steps. This is where people go fucking wrong. All right? What you need to do, my steps out here. If I said to you, I want you to get to the top of the steps, could you jump from the bottom to the top?
No.
So if you tried, what would happen?
You fall over.
Yeah.
Right? And you bang your fucking knees. That's what you're trying to do. So what you need to do is go step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. And people don't want to do that. They want to come on some fucking daft course. This is what these where we started. They sell certainty. If you come on this course, here's an example of someone who came first. Oh my God, they've got a fucking £200 million business after coming on a course. Oh my God. And for 99.9% of people, that's not going to be the reality.
It's bullshit.
It is bullshit.
It is.
And so this is the thing. We can't all be Elon Musk, but we can be a better version of ourselves. And that is what I encourage people to be. But when your aspirations are to be Elon Musk, and somewhere along the way you are wired up that way, I say, okay, if you really want to be Elon Musk with your $1 billion business, let's try to understand why that $1 billion business dream came around. And this is where, you know, people don't fucking like this. People don't like my honesty fucking piece, but I'd rather fucking, you know, we have a strong, tough conversation now than you spend 10 years of your life on a fucking path that you don't really want. You know, you might want it from a fucking adulation perspective, but what the fuck does $1 billion business give you that actually having a 2 million, like, doesn't, apart from adulation of what? Fucking of girls that are wrong ones. Because, you know, that's what you'd end up encouraging. You know, and that doesn't mean don't fucking dream, you know, the Gymshark kid and whatever, fucking crack on. If that's what you want to fucking do it. But I'm telling you, for me, what success is happiness and contentment. And that's the bit that eludes so many fucking people. On a balance sheet, you've got $1 billion there of revenue. Happy and content, a fucking one. And I can point you in the direction of many people that I mentor right now who I'm working that have come to me because they've come to the end of the road where all they've got is a balance sheet and loads of fucking money, and yet they're deeply unhappy. Their wife doesn't give a fuck about them. Their children don't know them. They don't know who the fuck they are because their identity has been painted around this image of what they are from a social media perspective, and that's not them.
That's some real shit.
It's fucking dark, mate. It's fucking dark. Listen, fucking get people, and I swear, fucking, it's a mind blower. I think people look at me and go, "Oh, I'd have what you fucking have." Well, you can, but it requires you to let go of what you think you should have in your life. You go back to me, and my wife was fucking whinging about something this morning and fucking was walking.
I saw that on the LinkedIn as well. That's class.
Yeah, we were pissing ourselves.
So she's a negative fucking my wife. She's a fucking... no, but she is. She'd say she's a fucking realist. She's a fucking negative, right? I said to her, you know, you go back fucking during the bad old days of the pandemic. You go back to the bad old days of the pandemic. If I said to you, we'd be where we are today, fucking during the bad old days of the pandemic, you'd have bit my fucking hand off. And now somewhere along the way, you're now fucking whinging about where we are. Like, are you fucking mental? But that's the fucking thing. It's like, but you need to accept, right? I'm the mace as fuck, right? I am proper fucking the mace now. I've got into it. And I'll tell you, that spiritual awakening story is a fucking peach.
Hit us with it.
Oh, lads.
Go on.
This is the fucking one. Oi. This is the fucking, this is one of them ones where, like, what the actual fuck? So, this is fucking crackers, right? Like, honestly, the strangest thing that has ever happened in my 49 years on this fucking planet. So I was going through immense pressure a year ago. Not through anything that I'd done, because of the pandemic. So, just to be clear, and this goes back onto the $1 billion business thing, and understand this. So, I had my business all sorted, got staff, everything's fucking amazing. Pandemic, once in a fucking lifetime thing, comes along and kind of torpedoes my worldview and my business that was established for 14 years. I run National Business Network. Started over in Bridgewater, ended up running 68,000 real-life meetings where people pay 12 quid or whatever for a breakfast, and we get 2 quid off each of them, plus they pay a membership and so forth. Fucking ace. And anyway, fucking pandemic came along 988 days ago, not that I'm counting. Boris says to us, please stay at home. So business was 1.8 mil, I think it was, on the 22nd of March. 23rd of March, 0. So now I'm having to go back to being a little bit woe, a little bit way. And the pressure got to me because I've got people looking to me, a team of 800 looking to me. Fucking no. It's like being at sea and going, which way is the island? So I had to say to them, guys, it's fine. I know which way we're going to go. Okay, we're going to take it online. We're going to do this, that, and the other. Took it online, did all right, so forth. Pressure was building. Pandemic was not going away. Last Christmas, like I'd opened up a fucking the few groups again, 30 groups. Boris then fucking fire break, fucked it. So it's effectively, just to understand in layman's terms, and I'll get to the story then. It's a bit like having a fucking business that is fucking selling ice cream, and then somebody turns your fucking fridges off, and then, you know, it'll only be 3 months, and your fridge is now off for 18 fucking thingies, or it's a fucking frozen fucking tundra, so you ain't selling any. So my business that was all working, everything was fine, fucking got in the bin effectively. Pressure was on. I ended up getting some Prozac a year ago, so fucking antidepressants, because I was in a bad way a year ago. Through no fault of my own, but protracted being in the trenches. 20 days into these fucking Prozac.
Strange, because I would have, just to jump
Please.
in here, I wouldn't have considered you to take Prozac or antidepressants based on our interaction today.
Listen, and when you've got a flash in your brain of 4 seconds, you should kill yourself.
Is that what you had?
4 seconds. Life would be better if you... Oh, that's what I'm trying to say. People don't realise that this fucking pandemic, that's the first time I've ever shared that in public. People don't realise this, that pandemic affected everyone emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, physically, in every way and form. 4 seconds, I went, what the fuck? Whoa.
So you were consciously aware after like 4 seconds?
Yeah.
I've had one of those experiences before.
You have?
Yeah. I have, yeah. Wow. When I was driving home and the business wasn't going too well.
Hey, fucking hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
So 4 seconds.
But the thing is, you're conscious, you can capture the thought. So like it all cropped in my mind, and then I thought, fucking hell, why am I thinking that?
Serious.
Led me to like go into therapy.
Oh, well done. Yeah, so 4 seconds. So anyway, with that, I went, right, this is not fucking good. Anyway, fucking had Prozac. Went to sleep on a fucking 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Christmas, and I could hear Hallelujah fucking playing downstairs on the boys there. I could hear Hallelujah playing on the radio downstairs, and my mum pottering about, and the sun started coming through my fucking dinghies, right? Through the fucking blinds. 2 o'clock, and I'm having like a half-hour nap. And I started coming out of my body. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought I was dying. I started coming out of my body. It wasn't painful. Were
you sleeping? Or like half sleeping? Lucid
right?
dreaming?
Yeah, mate. Trust me, I've done lucid dreaming and stuff. This was like nothing I've ever experienced, and I'm going to explain why in a second. Comes out, my body, I thought, fuck, I'm dying, I can't leave my kids. And it said, you've got to let go. Come out my body again. I can't do it. Went back in my body. It said, you have to let go. I thought, this is death now. So I went, okay, goodbye to the kids. This is part of my journey mentally. 2 hours, I woke up, sat at the end of the fucking bed. The whole room is golden, like I'd done ecstasy tablets. I could see sun coming through, like fucking beams of fucking light, like physically fucking seeing. And I'm like, what the fuck? The Matrix fucking fell away. It was like, you know, we use a mobile phone and you've got, you do that, you swipe up. There's hardware and software that's controlling the front screen. All we see is this. Fucking hell, the whole fucking thing changed. It was almost like the screen that is life fell away, and I could see the world differently. There was shit coming off, and if you'd have said to me, oh, he's having a schizophrenic episode, you could have fucking believed it. Anyway, I'm like, the whole fucking room's golden. Everywhere I went was golden for hours. So I goes downstairs to the wife and said, look, Christmas Eve, it's going to sound fucking wacky this. I think I've seen the light. And she's like, what the fuck? I went, babes, I don't know what the fuck's going on. And she was worried about me. That lasted for 3 fucking days. The golden fucking bathed, everything was golden, looking at the world, and you'd have fucking thingies coming off you, and I could see fucking, mate, it was fucking weird, like fucking weird as shit I've ever encountered in my life. I goes to see a mate of mine who's like a spiritual fucking guy. I've known him for fucking years, and you talk about destiny.
Was this whilst you were having these within this 3 days?
Did you call him to sort of?
Yeah, I said, mate, I'm fucking,
yeah.
because I was like fucking thinking angels, demons, and fucking, and everything like crucifixes were showing up and fucking flashing. It was just fucking weird.
Were you still at this point taking the stuff?
Stopped instantly.
Okay.
Stopped instantly at that moment. Went to see him the next day. Walked on Western-super-Mare Beach, and Jada, my effectively fucking guide, I've known him for 20 years, bodybuilder, but he's very spiritual. Kind of settled me down, and things with all sorts of fucking stuff was fucking going off. It was fucking weird. Like somebody sent me something on angel numbers on a fucking on an Instagram fucking thing. Picks up a message, opens the message, fucking cup flies off the fucking. My wife's washing the pots. Cup fucking smashes instantly as I opens it. Looks at 666. Fucking like what the fuck? So I'm thinking this is fucking like instantly. She said, I don't know what happened there. It was on the fucking side. It crashed. So I'm now spinning the fuck out going, what the fuck is going on? So that's fucking 3 days, and I started seeing all sorts of shit. It was fucking weird. And then I had 30 days of bliss. Now, I've Googled this shit, and I've researched this heavy. The Royal College of Psychology have a 29-page document about this, that they believe that sometimes doctors or psychiatrists misdiagnose spiritual awakenings as paranoid schizophrenia. And there's a 29-page like proper fucking peer-reviewed fucking document about it. And this whole thing, this journey that I'd been on is that, and I think that fucking, and the Prozac thing got me to some fucking, however I got there, my life changed since that point. Stop watching the news instantly. I used to be addicted to the news. Stop watching the news. I do not watch 31 minutes of the news in the last year. I would watch 31 minutes, 3 hours a day. That was my thing. My entire worldview has changed when I realised that what the world that we live in isn't the world we live in.
It's the Matrix.
Mate, well, fucking listen. I would suggest that we're all connected. And what I mean by that is right now you've got bugs, micro fucking biology, that if you zoom into your fucking arm, that's a subculture that didn't exist 150 years ago. People go, oh, there's bugs living inside. You go, fuck off. I would suggest that actually we might be the bugs on sort of fucking, mate. Honest,
go on, carry on.
I've done research for the last fucking year on this thing. I would not be surprised if we're getting zapped right now by something, and we're effectively they're feeding off us. And actually, the kind of evidence kind of supports this. We can see 8% of light. 8. Dogs can see 15%. So when you see a dog start barking or a fucking cat sat there, and you're looking, what is this daft cunt looking at?
Do you know what I always used to think as well? So I used to smoke whenever I used to go out, and every time I used to breathe out the smoke, I used to look up and think, like, how can I not see it now? It would go, and it reach a point where you can't see it. Like, how can I not see this? What else can we not actually see?
Hey, let me tell you. There was a book that I had on my desk called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle.
I've read that.
Right. It was on my desk. I had it for 6 fucking months upstairs. I got into that, and it gave me strength and courage. And kind of, it talks about something at page 27 to 31. And I remember reading it going, what the fuck? And it talks about the pain body, right? And he's like, you think, oh, fuck off. And he said, you can fucking, these things will come to you at night and they'll try to get your energy. And you're like, and then fucking sure enough, during this time, I could feel something fucking taking my energy effectively. And it said in that book, you need to watch the watcher. If I had not had that, my back was sweating like fuck. And just, I'm telling you right now, and this isn't me being a fucking, you've laid out compass I am telling you right now, the world that we live in is not the world that we live in. In the same way that this iPhone screen isn't the iPhone, it's all this shit behind it. And I would suggest that that's what's going on. Well, I would suggest that potentially we are being farmed for energy, good and bad. And you think, oh, shut up.
I would never say shut up to someone that, has a theory about something, because until it's not proven, then how can I say it's not real?
And not only that, someone that's been through that spiritual awakening that you went through, how can we form an opinion?
I think what that's our best way of describing it in human terms, a spiritual awakening. We're putting our framework of thinking. I'm not going to fucking church every fucking Sunday. I don't, I'm not that guy. Religion's about control, spirituality is about freedom. But I just look at the world completely fucking differently as a result of that. Now, an incident or a situation can change your worldview completely. A conversation can change your worldview. And like I say, I've done masses of research on this in the last year to try comprehend what the fuck's going on. Yeah. Try comprehend what the fuck's going on, and quite heavy.
What did your bodybuilder friend who is spiritual say in that moment?
Basically, think I can give you a million kind of end of days type stories, or I can give you fucking millions of positive ones. Keep positive. And effectively what he did is he switched my brain
mindset
to a fucking more positive, because this is like, if you ever boxer, you've been punched in the fucking mouth. First time you get punched, you fucking bamboozled, you got no idea. The 100th time you get punched, it's just being punched in the fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Right. But the first time you sat there fucking, fucking feeling sorry for yourself. And it's this is you see like these fucking hippies walking around and you think, fucking lunatic. Maybe they've got it right. Maybe we're the fucking parasites on this fucking planet. Just think about that for a second. We've got this fucking expectation that we can do what the fuck we want in this fucking planet. If you want to go and fucking, go mine stuff to make fucking iPhones, or you want to go and fucking destroy trees or whatever, and we can do it. Why? What right have we got to do that? In the same way, if you think, well, we've got right because we're humans, we're at the top of the food chain. What happens if we're not at the top of the food chain and somebody else is at the top of the food chain, or something else is at the top of the food chain? Are they entitled to do anything they want? And this is the fucking thing. It's fucking, my entire worldview has changed. So I don't know. I'm a fucking big tough guy from Salford, Manchester, and yet somewhere along the way I'm talking like this. And what was really fucking interesting was the amount of fucking people that I've encountered over the last year that have been on the same fucking thing, and no one's speaking about it. This is not just Brad Burton, I'll tell you.
Why do you think no one speaks? Do you think it's because
it sounds like a fucking lunatic?
There's a preconception.
Mate, I know I sound like a complete fucking head the ball.
I don't think you do, mate. I don't think like that at all. But maybe because we're open to stuff like that more so than the average man.
My wife don't want to fucking hear this. She don't want to hear this because there's nothing she can do about it, even though it is. But once again, who fucking knows? I got some wacky fucking stuff that I'm not probably going to share on here, but I'll share it when we're off fucking dinger. But, but yeah, I think this, like I say, the world we live in is not the world we live in.
Do you think, this is a very, very broad question, and it might sound ridiculous, but do you think
someone... I've just been talking about fucking entities, so I don't think your fucking question, Callum's going to be a fucking... The pen thief. Callum the pen thief. That's his nickname going forward. Go on, Cal.
Do you think, considering what you've been through, that the spiritual awakening, say inverted commas, do you think you've been put here for something bigger than just normal existence?
Let me tell you a story. Great fucking question. I had someone say to me, an 86-year-old woman, Google her, Dilys Price, OBE. She was the Guinness Book of Records oldest female parachutist. Dilys and I met when she was 82. She came to be trained by me as a motivational speaker. And I remember her coming through, and Pippa said, I've got an 82-year-old fucking motivational speaker, woman who wants to become a motivational speaker here. Sorry, 82. What a fucking nut job. She became a motivational speaker. I got her first gig. I got her last gig. She's dead now. She said to me, last time I seen her, she said to me, and I'm paraphrasing, she's going back 2019, you are the messenger, Brad. You have to go, I can't remember specifically. And I'm like, all right, Dilys. All right. And she said to me, the last email I got from her, she said, I'll send rainbows. When she died, I went to walk the dogs. It wasn't raining, and a rainbow appeared. And this is what I'm trying to fucking say about the world we live in, isn't the world? Oh, shut up. That fucking light that came on me a minute ago, right? You look at the angle.
In the moment that you were telling me about something penultimate in my life.
Mate, and that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm saying. All right, let me throw this fucking daft concept to you. Right now, there's an operating system in here. Right now, there's an unsaid operating system in here that you don't punch me in the mouth. You don't steal things, okay? You don't fucking steal a pen.
Social constructs.
Social constructs. There's one in your house. There's one when you're driving. maybe, just maybe, there's a fucking rule set for the universe. And if you understand the rule set of the universe, there's not a rule set on the universe, but there's one everywhere else, yeah? But not one for the universe. If you understand the rule set, and I think I'm kind of getting there now, mate, you you create your own reality.
Mate, I'm completely with you. And
it's fucking mad.
It's the basic concept of karma. And like, mate, you said like when we walked in, you could read us, you know, and I feel very similar to that. If someone's got good energy and they've got good karma,
know about it.
You already know that, boy. You already know their sound. You already know they're just like
and you. Also know when somebody comes in who's dark as fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
Brings the energy.
Energy recycles.
Evil. It's like it's almost like it makes my skin crawl. Cause I'm like, I can see through you.
Badness. Like, and this is what the thing. So here's the thing. You know, you look at society and you look at fucking like medieval days and fucking. I'm into UFOs. I've been into UFOs since being a fucking kid. And the worldview of UFOs has changed massively. I used to think it was coming from the planet Zog and the fucking, you know, tripod and it landed this, that and the other. I wonder whether UFOs that we're seeing right now are this season's dragons that you used to see in medievals, or trolls, or goblins, or fucking will-o'-the-wisp, or headless horseman. And actually, this is a fucking thing. We've dismissed it, and we've dismissed shame. I'm going to share a story, and this is absolutely fucking true. A mate of mine's mum got cancer, tumour, talking 3 years ago. 6 months to live, chemo, fuck chemo. Rick Simpson, cannabis oil. She fucking went online as herself, as a fucking 73-year-old woman. She got this Rick Simpson fucking one. 6 months later, went back, and this is a friend of mine's mum. This isn't bullshit. Went back to the doctors. Doctor fucking checked her, went, the tumour shrunk. Now gone. 3 years on. Cancer gone. Rick Simpson fucking oil. So if anyone's ever gets fucking cancer, I want you to fucking remember this. Rick Simpson fucking oil. Yes, it's illegal. Who gives a fuck? Right? So
illegal for a reason. Because it's putting all the traditional therapy.
Pharma companies, pharmaceutical companies, and billion-dollar industries. Now, I've never been into this shit, but when I start hearing stuff like that, and also...
mate, it's a rabbit hole as well.
Mate. The power of placebo. You know... Power of placebos. They are fucking proven to have an effectiveness of finger. What's going on there? Mind. This is what I'm trying to say.
Mind over everything.
Right. So if you fucking wake up negative, what you're going to see is negative. You're going to gravitate. Remember before I said there's signposts. And the way that I teach motivation, now I'm looking at the layer below the fucking iPhone screen and saying, okay, how do I get to that? How do I get to the layer? And this is why I believe I'm so powerful as a speaker. Because somewhere along the way, I'm not out there to strike people up, fucking Reddy's wise. I'm not. You've established that. I'm about making a fucking positive difference. And not only was I a good fucking speaker beforehand, but now I've got this next fucking level to understand the operating system. But what I don't do when I'm speaking is start talking about spirituality, because you're going to switch every fucker off. So there's no point in doing that. Because, you know, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to make a difference. So by doing it the way that I'm doing, without ever mentioning the S word, life's good.
That makes complete sense. And obviously to get to that point, you've had to experience a hell of a lot, right?
Right, in real life stuff, yeah.
Exactly that, because, you know, we are who we are based on our experiences.
Correct.
So obviously with that in mind, just to pull back on the story, now you have that penultimate moment of kicking the can down the road. You're on benefits. What actually happens next? Because I'm assuming, and I probably shouldn't assume at this point, there was a change.
Yeah. So I started going to the gym.
How weird is it, bro? Cal, sorry, that everything starts with fitness.
Everything starts
the body,
with
the gym. Go to the. If you are feeling low, if you are feeling, you know, low mood, depressed, whatever, go to the gym. Just like Andrew Tate says, for 3 months and get in the best shape of your life, and see if you feel the exact same at that moment.
Yeah, I watched a film. It was a Jonah Hill film. I say it's a film. It's almost like a documentary film. It's a weird concept. It's him and his therapist, and his therapist actually says on it that there's 80% of people that go to him fix whatever's wrong with them, starting with looking after their body, health, fitness, mind,
all connected.
That's the pillar. That's the starting
so
point.
When I went to the gym, I then ended up meeting people in the gym. So remember, I kicked the can, I had no one to kick it back. I started meeting people because they went to the gym. Hello, mate. Where are you from? Oh, Salford, Manchester. All right, what are you doing up here? All right, kid. Then I ended up meeting a girl who owned the gym. Who was married. But anyway, I ended up moving in with her. And what was lovely is I applied for a job in a computer game shop on the high street. And now this is interesting. Computer game shop on the high street called Pink Planet Games Exchange. It's no longer there. It's a Greg's now. And I got an application form and I didn't fill it in because my handwriting shit. And the girl at the time, Martina, she filled it in and applied for me. And I got the fucking job.
Behind your, like, without telling you?
Without telling me.
Oh.
Hey, how wonderful is that? So she changed my life. And what's interesting about that is then we split up or whatever, but a couple of years later or whatever. And then I met my wife outside that shop.
Wow. It's too connected.
My wife outside the shop. She was one of the girls, Saturday girls who worked there, was walking past. And she walked past with this girl. And she said, oh, this is my friend Kerry. I went to shake her hand. She put her hand out. I went like, yeah. She went, you were a fucking prick. That was the first words my wife said to me.
So obviously you get the job in this game shop.
Mm-hmm.
What happens at that point to yourself in terms of like development? Do you just focus on sort of getting your head into the work?
No, probably more on doing a fucking gram and a half of cocaine every weekend, to be honest, because I've fucking got no money. That was probably more like it.
Did you have a bit of a problem with cocaine?
What you say problem? It was great fun.
When I say...
Hey, Callum, don't try and make it all fucking sensible.
We've all been there, mate.
We've all been there. Listen, don't
try and make it all sensible.
I love that. Fucking, do you hear that then? Hey, all right, you know what I mean? Fucking calm the fuck down, fucking Logan Paul. Fuck me. Hey, fucking hell, that was quality, that. He tried to make it all sensible. Fucking love that. Oh, did you have a problem? Yeah, it was terrible. I fucking hated wanking all night, fucking watching porn. Terrible. Yeah. Fuck's sake.
All right, let me rephrase that. Did you enjoy?
Yeah, I did. And would I want my children doing it? No. And that's the worst fucking bit about it, because it's double standards, and I fucking recognise that. And I do. So recognise. I think, fucking hell. How on earth? If my kids said they were doing that, I'd be like, fuck off. No, you're not. Anyway, listen, no, I like I say, if you think about it, I was depressed. I told you I was sad and everything. Then my life started coming around because socially, I'd go to the gym, started looking good, started getting fucking more money, started getting regular income. Now, what happened is, because I had a contract on my head, I thought I was going to get killed. I started living my life like it was the last day of my life. And that's great until you fucking wake up the next fucking day and you spunked all your money and you're not dead. And actually that's that whole kind of, I'm going to get fucking done. I'm not. Those days are finished. So I started to live a little. And
that's such like a weird traumatic experience to consistently live with.
I know.
Like the
deceit, everything.
The pressure, the fear, almost like at the same time, like kind of I don't want to say excitement, but like let
me tell you something.
Do you know what I'm saying?
What's really interesting about this? So started all that, blah 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 blah, and there's a few things happened. Anyway, I ended up starting my own fucking business about 5 years on or whatever.
So 5 years later, after going into sort of the gaming world, you decided to start your own business.
All right, let me give you the short version.
Yeah.
So I did the fucking job there, working with them for fucking 2 years. I did the best sales of the 13 branches. My shop was half the size of the one next to McDonald's in Bristol, and yet I smashed fuck out of it. And they're like, "What is this guy doing?" So I've been unemployed for 2 years, 18 months, and I got this job, and I was like a pit boss. I would stand at the end of the fucking thingies, clocking as people come in. "Hello, mate, you all right?" And then fucking guys on him, boom, boom, boom. FIFA 97. "Can I help you at all, sir?" "No." "Oh, I'll tell you what, mate, I played that last night. Fucking banana kicks, quality. I was any good?" "Yeah, I'll tell you." Boom. That's how I did it.
Selling.
Well, creating the conditions where people buy rather than selling. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept to flip it like that.
I don't sell. I sell through enthusiasm. I can't sell for toffee, but people buy. So anyway, did that. Fucking did really well. Become a regional manager for the 13 branches. Did loads of fucking dingy there. Then I was hot to trot. Then I went for a job as a head of marketing for a company called UK Online, which was the equivalent of AOL. Got the job there. Blagged my way into a fucking marketing role. It was fucking mental. Got 25 fucking grand a year. The managing director said, "Your fucking results are amazing." After 3 months, he gave me another fucking 8 grand. 8 grand. Fuck me, 33 grand. So I'm now fucking gone from fucking
being on the dole to 33 grand.
Exactly. Fucking hell. Whoa. So anyway, that. Then I ended up fucking doing really well there. Then they brought in some fucking PwC fucking bird. I went, "Oh, fuck this." After 2 weeks, I was getting offered jobs left, right and centre. The dot-com boom. So I ended up getting a job as a director in Oxford. Then fucking thought, living in the fucking Oxford place, didn't enjoy it, and ended up fucking calling it a day after 6 months. Then I spent time on the dole.
So obviously at that point, you've almost, I want to say, like, eliminated those limiting beliefs, right? Which we talked about.
Fronted them off better.
Fronted them off. It's a good way of describing it. You've gone to a new job in Oxford, new location. Mm-hmm. It's not gone to plan, and you've ended up on the dole again.
Yeah.
How's that feel in that moment? Because like it's almost like you've got a taster of it.
No, because that's what we do. We are destructive, or that's what, I'm Salford. I'm supposed to be on the dole. So I had a good run.
Thing is, I had something when I had a business which was doing okay at one point, and then, had no income. And the thing is, because, you grow up with, not much income in the house.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't really worry you.
No.
I spoke to my missus about it, and she's fucking panicking.
Mate.
And I'm like, babe, don't worry about it. It's not as long as you got enough money for food and your rent, it doesn't really matter.
Mate, so I said to my missus, are we going to starve to death? No. Are we going to pay the mortgage? Yes. What's the problem?
That's yeah. That's exactly how I frame it to her.
Fucking honestly, but some people are never happy than when they've just missed their fucking bus. So bottom line is, anyway, look, let's fucking move on from this because it's the most boring story anyway. So I ended up with getting a fucking short version. I got a job. I said I'm going to go bankrupt. I put a date down. I said if I'm not sorting my fucking job out by this particular date, I'm going to go bankrupt. So it's 25 grand of debt.
Deadline.
Gave yourself
important.
a point.
Deadline's everything.
So everything. And what ended up happening is I ended up getting a job 3 days before, and I ended up working in London 6 months. And what I ended up doing, head of marketing for a fucking security firm. And what ended up happening was I ended up lived in Essex, and I would lived in digs. So let's say it's £300 a fucking month. I was on 30 grand. I'd go leave Somerset, my house, at 7 o'clock on a Sunday night, get to London at 11, get up at 7, all the way through till Wednesday and back. And I remember one evening I was staying in the office on the internet because we didn't have Wi-Fi back in the day, just Ethernet. So I stayed in the office as late as I could on the internet because I had the fucking digs with a little portable telly. And I would, and I remember leaving at say 7 o'clock. And I was driving back to my digs, and I drove past a guy going in a house with electric gates and a BMW or a Mercedes. And the penny dropped. I remember thinking, I could work 80 or 100 hour weeks here. I'd still never be able to afford the fucking gates. This is fucking stupid. And it was a changing point, and I went, fuck this. And anyway, they asked me to put a marketing plan together. I did that. And then I delivered it to the fucking board, and they just fucking dismissed every single. I spent 3 days, dismissed it. They went, oh, that didn't work. That won't work. We tried that in 1979. I said, guys, why the fuck did you ask me to do this? I said, you know what? Fuck, shove your job up your arse, and I walked.
Did you quit then and there?
Yeah.
And then what?
I came back, and the fucking wife is fucking spewing. Fucking the 18th of December.
I'm literally it's so weird you saying that story there because I'm actually experiencing partially that at the moment.
Mate,
it's strange, yeah.
Listen, fuck it off. Fuck it off. Fuck it off. You know what? It's a bit like holding onto a trapeze that's lost its momentum. You ain't going to get your momentum back. At some point, you've got to let go. It's like drowning with a pair of gold bars, doggy paddling. You're getting weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. Let go. Give yourself a fucking deadline on the fucking 1st of March, you're done, right? That allows you to work to what the fuck you got to do. Because if you think about you driving to work or whatever, you spend an hour driving there, I don't know if you do, but an hour driving there, that's 5 hours a fucking week. So you go and get your hourly rate and then take a fucking, and then you do your hourly rate, you might as well be flipping hamburgers if you're doing it 12 hours.
What did I say to you on the way here?
That you could be working in Tesco.
And earn the same money.
Mate, work in Tesco and earn the same fucking money. Fuck it off. Fuck it off. Fuck it off. Read that book, Get Off Your Ass. If I've not got you one, I'm going to get you my book, Get Off Your Ass.
Yeah.
Right, which is what I did, and it shares my story. And you read the correlations between it. Like I say, the free consultancy you've got today, I would be fucking made up when you guys do the fucking full send caper and you fucking make it big and then you get me back on and say it was a turning point. I'd be delighted.
Mate, and we will 100% do that, mate.
I'd be delighted, honestly. Yeah. Because I feel that something's going on here. I really, genuinely, I feel something's going on here that actually you've been sent fucking to come and get fucking bradded.
Yeah, no, wow. I hear that, mate. So obviously, just on the story, just to pull back.
So anyway, Tom employed to shove the job up the arse. Wonderfully liberating.
By the way, can I just say, did you actually say that to them?
Yeah.
You literally said,
shove your job up, no, shove it up your arse. Shove your job up your arse. And, as I tell you, it was a wonderfully liberating experience. It really was for those 3 hours whilst I drove home.
And then you get home and then you get a bit of grief.
Mate, she started crying. You're going to ruin this family on your insistence of starting a business. You know what? 10 years to the fucking day, she wrote me a letter. She wrote me a letter that said, paraphrasing, I'm so glad you ignored me.
Mate, I love that.
Thank you for what you've done and achieved for the kids. You know, I fucking lived in a council estate before I started all this. Council above a chipper. In fact, I will show you a picture of my fucking... Check this out, right? I'll do it, but keep talking. But I'm going to show you a picture of my old masonette.
What episode, Cal, do you reckon we'll get Brad back on?
100.
Well, no, I reckon we'll go...
Listen, fucking don't have to make that decision now. You can do it on the fly. You say, you know what, Brad? I've done it. I've called it a fucking day. Bosh. Whenever it's appropriate.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I was just thinking about like when we get that full send moment.
You'll know.
I don't know. Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's quite difficult to pick an exact episode.
You'll know.
I bet at the time, though, when you had that conversation with your wife or girlfriend at the time, I bet she could never envisage that in 10 years' time that she would be saying to you, thank you for doing that.
Well, and this is what you need to understand, is that you're going to get people telling you got it wrong. You're going to get people telling you that, you know, if it was me, well, it isn't you. It isn't fucking you. And this is the fucking bit that you need to understand, is that you need to have 100% unwavering self-belief. Not 99.9, 100 fucking percent. That's the bit that you got to fucking recognise. And I look at, people, and I think, based on my awakening, I believe, and I can tell you this not right now, I'm going to share something which is retrospectively 17 years out that kind of now supports that, which is this. I remember seeing my logo of my my company called For Networking. There it is. There's a logo. That's the logo of me in my office. And I remember something strange happened. And it was almost like I put all my hopes, aspirations, and dreams on a logo. And that logo ended up becoming why I'm here now. And I remember, I was looking back, I go, fuck, I remember. That is my old masonette. And that's my fucking I8.
Parked outside.
Yeah, I love that.
Right? That's I lived there. That's where I lived with my wife.
Wow.
Amazing. So, I lived above a chipper. Fucking man, this is what I'm saying. I had to text up Callum the other day. I thought, fuck me. Like this is like some fucking film, this. For a fucking northern lad. Bear in mind, at 31, I'm delivering pizzas.
So is that what happens after? So after you tell them to shove the job up their arse, you end up needing some cash and delivering pizzas?
Yeah, because I had a fucking whinging wife. And actually, you kind of need that sometimes, because if it was left to me, I'd be, oh no, it'd be fine. And but there comes a point now where I've kind of got to turn her fucking off in terms of fucking ability to whine. Because like I say, she'll find a fucking hole in any bucket that doesn't exist. There's no hole there. Well, I found one.
But what are you doing at that point? Because obviously pizza delivery is a nighttime thing. So right. What are you doing in the day?
So Monday to Friday, I'm fucking running my own business called...
What is that business?
For Consultancy, which is a... fucking marketing company. And I... Monday to Friday, listen, I was just fucking blagging it. That's a reality of it. But I had a flair for marketing back in the day. So For Consultancy was sales, new media, creative design, and marketing, I think it was. New media was like internet back then. And, Monday to Friday, hi, I'm Brad Burton, the award-winning marketeer, a company's called. And then it all went horribly wrong one day when I rang a fucking doorbell and I fucking opened the door and one of my clients is there and I've got a fucking pizza bag.
Oh.
Mate, worst fucking day ever. Ever.
What did he say?
Brad, what are you doing here? What it is, Steve, was undertaking a direct marketing campaign for Domino's, so I thought I'd really get a feel for the organisation by delivering fucking pizza that weekend.
You thought on your feet, though, to be fair.
Fucking had it already fucking backed up, what to say in the event of. Fucking dark, mate. Fucking dark. But...
Was that another changing point?
No, because actually I looked back and I was beating myself up, and what I should have been doing is patting myself on the fucking back.
Yeah, mate, you're grafting.
Pat yourself on the fucking back. If right now you're waiting tables, pat yourself on the back. If right now you're loading pallets up at 4 o'clock in the morning, pat yourself on the fucking back. Do not be beating yourself up. Do not be comparing you to some fucker that you're seeing on social media. This is where it gets fucked up, because then what you're doing is you're slogging through your life. You're slogging through your days, feeling pissed off. So when I flipped it with pizzas. So what I'd do is I'd fucking set myself a target. What's the most tips that I can get? If I turn up with a face like a slapped arse, you ain't getting a tip. You turn up and I go, oh my God, I tell you what, I nearly ate that on the way up here, mate. Oh God. Right, you're more likely, God, it smells of mate. So it was that, and my highest tips I think was £6.10. Which makes a big fucking difference. Massive difference. Massive fucking difference. And this is why every time someone fucking comes to the door, you know, I'm not this guy, but I am. Some guy contacted me, and I can show you he's contacted me on Instagram 6 months ago, right? Contacted me on Instagram 6 months. I'm going to show you his fucking message. And it's some Syrian guy with his fucking family who moved into, who's a refugee. Fucking, he tapped me up for money 6 months ago, and I went, oh, fuck off, right? Hello, I am Ibrahim. I'm a refugee from Turkey. And I thought, this is a load of bollocks, this. And this kid is legit, and he was dead nice. And the other day, I sent him $100 fucking dollars for his lad, and I sent it via fucking, never done that before, swear to you. And I thought to myself, it's about making it look. It said, you know, I don't know, I have a vocabulary to thank you for the, you know, care about affairs of others, tidings to you know, it fucking, like, so it's about making a difference. That's not me. I'm not that guy. But I am that guy, and that's the fucking thing. So when a fucking pizza person turns up, I weigh him in. Yeah. And every time I fucking do I'm out with a fucking crib, I'll give a fucking, the guy, get everyone to fucking whip in a fiver for the fucking, you know, it's that. Because that guy's me. And this is where I said today, we're all connected. You know, I've got a stalker at the moment. Do you know this?
No.
Fucking, I mean, the clock's fucking ticking now, but I'm going to send you a fucking a link right now, and you can have a look at this. bradburton.biz/stalker. Okay? So I've had a fucking, this is what, so, I mean, that would have been a great story because you never expect this, but this is what, have you got your phone with? Have a look if you can. bradburton.biz/stalker. Fucking serious. Police are involved in everything. And it's worse than that. It's a fucking woman.
What?
Yes. This is what I'm saying, guy. So you don't even understand that this is all part of this. The only way that you could ever avoid like people coming at you is by never doing any good. And it's like, you are going to get this shit, and you can sit there and say how unfair it is, and it is. But that's life. And this is what I'm trying to say, that everything's all connected. And when you realise that pizza person was me, and there'd be another Brad who I turned up at the fucking house. And I remember turning up at fucking houses, and you know, when people were talking to you like a piece of shit, and you're thinking,
man, I hate
I got a brain.
Yeah.
I got a brain.
I'm a human being. I'm the same as you.
You know, I say this about
everyone
people.
bleeds the same, mate.
Mate, and I say this, fucking checking boxer talk. Calm the fuck down. Prince Nazim. You Floyd Mayweather here. And all right.
Yeah, I'll take that.
You're fucking class, mate.
So anyway, the point is that, you know, is that I don't look up to anyone. I don't look down to anyone. I treat everyone the same with respect. And as a human being, I do that. I don't give a fuck. You got more money than me. So fucking what? You got more followers than me. You got a bigger dick than me. You got a faster car than me. Right? And that's the thing. Why you're doing that, but you compare you to you. Don't look up to anyone. Don't look down to anyone. Treat everyone the same with respect. If we all live that way, I've got a religion that I follow, Bradism. Help many, hurt few, live life. I live that. And people say, oh, why can you go through life? You know, you shouldn't hurt anyone. Mate, you'd never be able to make any decision without fucking hurting someone. Whoa, why are you posting that about fucking bacon retention? It makes me so upset. Oh, I better delete it then. And the problem is we end up then becoming a vanilla version of ourselves. And when we become a vanilla version of ourselves and you become a vanilla, that's why the world's full, and that's why someone like me shines through. Because while everyone else is conforming, I'm not conforming. I'm just being fucking me. The people, can you beep the swear words out? It's offensive. Turn it fucking off then. You know,
oh, mate, 100%. You don't like it, don't listen to it.
You know, it's a bit like people complaining this fucking, you know, fucking Babe Station on Channel 976 after 9 o'clock for free. Don't even know about fucking Babe Station. You can never rub one out to Babe Station. It just wasn't enough there, mate.
Yeah, it's not enough.
No, I tried, don't get me wrong.
Tip of the iceberg.
You can have a good go on it, mate.
Yeah, you can. Well, I'm not sure about that. I think that's a fallback of some of the old fucking back catalogue stuff, to be honest. Where was we?
Tell us through the marketing business. Obviously, you're delivering pizzas at the point, and you've got your marketing business.
Yeah. So effectively, I went along running my marketing business, let's say for a year or whatever, and then fucking I come along to these business networks. People invited me to a business network, and it was like, in political terms, you've got loony left where nothing quite happens, and mayor fucking talking about local parking provision, and no one gives a fuck.
Oh, I've been to a few of them, mate.
Fucking
awful.
Garbage. And then you got the hardcore right. Where's your leads? Where's your referral? You got to attend every week. You got to bring visitors. Fuck off. Where was the mainstream? Never existed until I created 4 Networking, and we run in total 68,000 real life networking meetings in the UK. 68,000. You know, and obviously I sold it on August the 1st this year. And, you know, if I'd have sold it before the pandemic, I'd have been fucking doing donuts in my Lamborghini and wiping my ass 50 notes. As it happens, what I came away with is enough and peace of mind. This is the bit that people don't understand. I remember going back, I wrote my other book, Life Business Just Got Easier. 2012, the worst time when I told you that I was all fucked up. I remember walking with dog Tyson, Labradoodle, and I remember walking him along on the canal, crying out loud and saying, you know, I just want to feel normal. I just want to feel normal. I just want to feel normal. All my head is bzzz. And I would have paid fucking anything for that to fall away. And this is what I'm saying. Peace of mind is so valuable. And actually, you know, this is the bit that eludes so many fucking people. So from my perspective, peace of mind is essential to success. And if you've not got peace of mind, you've not got success. You've got sick-cess. You're fucking ill. And this is where people remember right now we are having to balance whether in the physical world, digital world, the financial world, the fucking emotional world, the mental world,
so many different worlds.
Right? And digital world didn't exist 20 years ago. Now I'm fucking put another label on there, spiritual fucking world. You know? So just because digital didn't exist 20 fucking years ago doesn't mean it doesn't exist now. So this is the fucking thing. This is, I think we're entering a new age. You look at fucking the medieval age, the bronze age, the iron age, the industrial age, the digital age. I think we're entering a fucking new age. And I wouldn't be surprised if you've got fucking UFOs being acknowledged as legit in the next 6 months.
Wow.
Genuinely.
Well, yeah, I saw on Rogan they had what was it? Was it the Pentagon?
Yeah, the Pentagon are legit now. The Pentagon have just put a report and just changed their legislation that the whistleblowers yesterday. So I would not be surprised if that enters into the whole fucking world. So the world that we thought we lived in, we don't. And actually, you know, just to be fucking clear here, going back when I was a kid growing up, there was, I think it was 9 planets or whatever in the solar system. That was all they knew.
Yeah.
That was all they knew.
And now look at it.
Right, and there's billions of galaxies. And like, you know, you look at this is a really interesting one. You look at like the fucking Earth, and then you look at the fucking sun, and there's one that's fucking 1,000,000 times bigger than the sun. 1 million. 1 million times bigger than the sun. The fucking, this fucking whatever, supernova. 1 million. Guys, we might well be the fucking bugs.
Yeah.
Mate, who knows? Especially with like the size of the galaxy. I think heard, was it Stephen Fry say there's 1 billion Earth-like planets in the Milky Way galaxy alone?
Yeah.
So,
but here's where it gets interesting. The speculation right now that our world and galaxy, when you go into a black hole, of which is millions of them, there's no galaxies within that, and galaxies infinite. And this is why I go back to the rule set of here and the rule set of the universe. Maybe if you can play the game, it's fractals. And once you play the game, you can fucking start doing it. And I'll tell you, it starts with this. I've started meditating in the last fucking year, and I've got a Spotify playlist called Purely Being. Just, in fact, go and Google it, Purely Being. Fuck me.
Meditating changes your life.
Massively.
Yeah.
Genuinely. And actually, like I say, you know, when I think about where I've come from, fucking just sounds fucking stupid, but massive.
No, completely with you, mate. And obviously, when you sell that business, you know, you spent however long building that business to that size. How many years was that? Sort of
14? 16 and a half.
16 and a half years.
Yeah.
What was that moment like when you sold the business? Because it's quite a penultimate moment, right?
This is what I'm trying to say to you. You know, mountaineers, when they get to the top of a fucking mountain, they put a flag down there and they don't stay up there. They come down. And this is the bit where I'm trying to say that it's empty. It's all fucking empty. You realise that the road that you was on, the race that you was running, wasn't the race that you was fucking running. And this is what I'm trying to say about it. And people don't realise this until they get there. They might fucking blag it and go, oh, look, I've got a Bugatti and look how fucking clever I am. But honestly, I'll go and get a fucking mate of mine who's got a bigger Bugatti and a better Bugatti. And next time he fucking parks next to you, you feel like a piece of shit. This is what I'm trying to say. Play a race that you can win.
But do you think people have to go through that race to get to that point?
I'll tell you a story. 20 years ago, Callum, a friend of mine, my first mentor, Roy Hurley, still alive, fucking Australian. I met him on a computer game forum. He said to me years ago, belter, he said, what's stopping you starting your own business off? And I went, oh, wife. She says, you know, what happens if we can't fucking like afford like the mortgage? I said, so if I was to pay your mortgage, if you couldn't afford to pay it, what's stopping you doing a business? I went, nothing. That was it. And he gave me the fucking dingy. But what he said to me, and he's a millionaire, he said to me, you know, when your skin and your washing machine starts playing up, what you do, you put a fucking fork in, you do that, and it runs another cycle. He says, when you reach money, what ends up happening is your washing machine starts fucking playing up, starts making a noise. You ring someone up, hello, they turn up an engineer the next fucking day. They take away the old one, put in a brand new one, and they fuck off. You sign something and they fuck off. He says, every time you do that, you lose a piece of yourself. And I went, what a load of shit. Best bit of advice you ever give me. So this is what you need to understand. The struggle is the good bit. Because when it's replaced with consistency and this, that, and the other, what seemingly everyone thinks, oh, you've cracked it, shit. I'm telling you. And that doesn't mean that I'm addicted to the fucking struggle. I'm far from it. I'd fucking rather be where I am now rather than thinking. But really? Am I going to go and fucking be traveling globally right now, doing 3 speaking gigs a fucking day or a week or whatever, in order to go and get a bigger house? When given that my dad died at 53 and I'm 49, on that basis, and I've got type 2 diabetes because I like Jaffa cakes, you know, I'm a really to what? To then leave the kids and what? They fucking got a better start than I did. So this is what I'm trying to say. You know, this shit I'm saying to you at 49, at 27, I thought, what a fucking knobhead this guy is, right? You have the opportunity to fucking bypass 22 years of fucking thinking with this fucking podcast. We've done something special today. I do podcast day in, day out. We've done something special today. This is a life-changing podcast, truly life-changing. For someone who has watched this will have their lives changed, their entire direction positively changed forever. And this is what I'm trying to say. I'm not selling you a fucking course, lifemaker.me.
Get it in.
All right.
Class. Like that.
Let's call it but I'm not, honestly. Well, you know, I'm trying to fucking change the world positively and make a positive difference.
I think that's amazing, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Can you talk to us about these books, Brad? You've written 4 books.
I have. I've got a 5th one on the way. Yeah.
Got a 5th one on the way. So tell us through where did it even start? How did you get them out there?
So what was amazing is I wrote Get Off Your Ass back in 2007. So I'd been in business since 2004, December the 16th, 2004. So about 2 years or whatever fucking it was. And I started my business off the networking. When it started going well, I wrote Get Off Your Ass, which is the reality of what it's like to run a business. No sales, low sales, whinging wife, depression. You know, there's no book on that. There is now. Get Off Your Ass. I wrote it what it's really like to live that life, go into the Coinstar machine with all your 2s and 1s, 70 quid, less 8%. That was me liquidating my assets effectively. I wrote the reality of it. Now, if I'd not succeeded, then that book would have been shit. However, statistically, only 6% of businesses last over a decade. I've been going for 16.5 years. So I defied log. So Get Off Your Ass 1, Get Off Your Ass 2, starting getting into fucking motivation, that kind of stuff, and me sort of firing people up to get off their ass 2. And then probably the most important book, the one that most people rate, is, I mean, they rate all my books, but the one that people, if I had to choose one that people say, oh my God, life changer, is Life Business Just Got Easier, which is, you know, it's my 3rd book. It's my 3rd book, and profound stuff. That was me going through a nervous breakdown, and it took me 2.5 years to get right. And I capture, the great thing about a nervous breakdown is that, never let a good nervous breakdown go to waste, is you mine thoughts that you'd never normally fucking be able to mine. So that nervous breakdown was quite useful for me to say, hang about, you know, this isn't all it's cracked up to be. This fucking world chasing fucking reddies and this, that and the other. I'm shot to pieces. I'm walking my dog saying I just want to feel normal. Hang about, isn't this success? This is what the world told me I needed to fucking have. A big office, yeah, I'm fucking deeply unhappy. I'm overweight, I'm fucked up, which is that video when I showed you was 2010. So I actually started, that was 2012, I actually started bringing it back down and sorting my life out.
So how did you get these books out? Because obviously they're sold in bookstores on Amazon.
No, the third.
What's the process?
In fact, yeah, actually, I got my Get Off Your Ass 1 and 2 are in what? In fact, the first 3 are in Waterstones, and the 4th one is self-published now. And we didn't think you just go to bradburton.biz /books to buy it. But yeah, fucking, you know, once again, it's. I think when you meet an author, you think, oh my God, they're going to be making loads of money. There's fucking no money in it. Right? There's no money unless you break fucking luck and you J.K. Rowling. There's no fucking money in it. But what there is perception. So when I go to a speak at a gig, you know, my credibility, I call it race, reputation, assets, credibility, and experience. My perception is greater because of 4 books. If you've got 1 book, toy. 4 books, you're not a knobhead.
Is it enough for you that these books change people's lives?
Oh, massively so. Listen, if I died today, I've done enough, and I mean that. And I'm actually not scared of dying. Say that's an interesting thing. I'm not scared of dying after that fucking spiritual awakening shit. It's weird.
What is your viewpoint on death? Because a lot of people have, it's a taboo subject.
It's changed in the last fucking year. I think we just go back round. I think we go back round. I think we're probably coming out of another vagina in another fucking 20 years. Like, seriously, I do. I think, you know, and there's some, this is what I'm saying, I've looked in this stuff. There is some science behind when a soul arrives in a body, when when a baby's conceived, it flashes.
Do you think all of your energy you live throughout your life, you consume all that energy, and then as your soul goes on to the next, you take it with you?
I no fucking idea, but what I would say...
That's a deep question again, bro.
No. I think we should go back to simpler fucking conversations, like him stealing fucking pens. I think we probably go back round again, and I wonder whether or not it's all a little bit fucking wacky. I'll share it off screen because it just fucking is such a complex one, and I know the clock's ticking down now. But I think that I think that we go back round again, and whether that's a good thing or not, I don't know.
No, I'm completely with you. Obviously, that brings us kind of full circle up until where we're at today, and we always leave it on a couple of questions. One of those questions is, you know, what is next in the chapter for yourself?
Now what? You know, just to continue being fucking happy and making a positive difference. It's great. You know, I've got no aspirations. I had a fucking dickhead car, I sold it, and actually, you know, it was good. But I remember fucking having my i8 and I got it all fucking, you know, bradded up and everything. Fucking great. But then you start being a knobhead. And what I mean by that is, like, you know, I would have never parked on a disabled spot, but you put it outside the fucking pub and then go back into the glove compartment to go and get something you not really need, just so people can see you getting in and out. Like, what am I doing? Am I a fucking knobhead here? Who am I doing that for? That's just fucking stupid. So I've had that, tick the box. I'm glad I did it. And I'm going to probably hire a Lamborghini for my 50th, like February. Yeah, I'm going to hire one. 3 days, blip, 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 boom, done. So what's next for me? Just continue as I am. I've got no big fucking aspirations. Yeah, we're going to do a national network, international network. I'm going to give a fuck. You know, speaking globally, I'm in fucking Las Vegas in February. Me, Las Vegas. What the fuck? You know, companies contacted me to go take me to Las Vegas. That makes no sense. So if all I've ever achieved is this, I'm all right. I'm good with it. So content, just be happy.
I'm going to leave it on that, Brad. I'm going to leave it on that. How can I go any further than that? Mate, I just want to say fucking what a fantastic time we've had today. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Amazing.
I've had a fucking great time. I'm sure Jack has as well. Thank you for sharing all the love and positivity that you do.
100%.
You've made a serious impact on me already, and we've sat here for 2 hours and 17 minutes.
Yeah, mate, that's an incredible story, mate, and I'm really grateful, as I say, for your time, but also, you know, how much that story hits home with me in this moment.
But you know, my story is everyone's story. The difference is I'm stupid enough to share it. No, but I'm serious.
Is that stupid though?
No, but this is what I'm trying to say. The fucking world needs to hear your fucking story about you wanting to off yourself for 4 fucking seconds. They need to hear this. You know, and this is what I'm trying to say, is that by doing that, this is how the world's been snarled up. People have been snarled up. People have been scared. They don't fucking know. This pandemic fucked everything. People don't know what's north anymore, isn't north anymore. No one's got a fucking clue. And the only way that we're going to fucking release this and get ourselves back in is by people talking. We are the cavalry. No one's going to come and rescue us. We have to go and create it.
100%. And we're definitely going to leave it on that, because that is an iconic statement in itself. But look, first things first, thank you again so much for coming on. Really appreciate it. Secondly, where can people find you?
BradBurton.biz. Find me on socials.
Yep, hit up the LinkedIn as well. Good content going out.
Yeah.
And obviously, get reading. Get on the books. Get on all the content.
Lifemaker.me.
100%. Cheers, then, mate.
See you guys.